Yeah, wild Whamenqt, but she's still clicking settings. Save output. Right, click the button. Yeah, we'll just sit here awkwardly while I press the buttons. That's important. We figure it out as we go along. Yes, very good. Okay, it is live. Perfect. Oh, I figured out all my buttons at the same time. Very nice. Okay, cool. Now let's go back into Steam. And this is how we roll. This is how we do it. Figure out the settings. Okay, I'm not gonna sing to myself today. Today, I actually have a plan. I'm gonna be productive and record some guides. And I'm actually gonna record a guide for myself by watching pro players play English. Hopefully there's a pro player that played English. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Test. I have a backseater telling me if the settings aren't nice. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Tamron, how does my mic sound? Okay. Okay. Does it still sound fine? Are we still good? Okay. A guide stream. It is a guide stream. Mostly for myself, because I need to break through that conch barrier, conch 2 barrier. I mean, you can hear me fine? Great. You sound a bit sick? That's just my morning voice, god damn it. It'll clear up once we have some chicken. And once the chicken are in full session, this is gonna be great. All right. I see Papina Pig is searching for a match. This woman will destroy me. Good morning, Other Raven. She a spicy girl. That's what I'm a little afraid of. Actually see how she... She's been playing Abbasid. I usually only see her in China. And Japan? She lost to a Diamond 3 just like I did. Oh my goodness. She is McQueen. Papina Pig and Deep Shine. These two ladies. Anyway, let's go and find some games. So the idea today is I want to check out some pro replays so that we can actually see how to play specific matchups. But the replays I want to see are English ones. So this might be a little bit harder to do. Let me go take a switch scene. The first thing we're going to do is we need to find some games where someone played English, because that's how we're going to begin. So play English like a pro. Let's go see what the pros did. Did any of them play English? Ooh. Yes, they did. I honestly think, this is the one that Core won on Kerlager. Okay. We've been seeing the English make a debut, especially with the... Well, not English. I was thinking House of Lancaster for some reason. But it's only Core that played English out of everything. Oh my goodness. Unfortunately for us. First world problems, right? We can't find people who play good civilizations. Pfft. It's not just me. Scatterbrained also tried against Wham, but that one sounds a little imbalanced. Let's go try KPMM. People just don't like playing the most OP shit. Exactly. That's what's happening here. Okay. This one. A Recon 2-0 Corvinus. Actually, that is pretty wild. Okay. So here we can start to find some people we can watch. Oh, Scatterbrain 2-0 Myriad as well. That is disgusting. Oh my god. Sort of 2-0 Sassy. Oh my god. B. A game got taken out off of him. Emerson and Lash. I think I saw that one yesterday. Okay. This is good. Because we can probably use the previous one as well. We can go here. Oh my goodness. The midweek muster seems to be... Ooh, Demu. 3-1 to Anatan. What the hell? And to top it off with, Demu played English, but I don't know if that's going to be available on his history. Let's quickly see. Let's go check the other side. That is Anatan. Anatan or Demu. I just need to find them on my friend list. Anatan or Demu. Where are you boys? That's why I'm using this account, so I can actually find them. Come on. There we go. If Anatan hasn't hit, he won't, because he's playing Midweek Master. There we go. Very nice. Okay, and this was on Altai. Oh no. Oh. No. No, this is a previous patch. No. No. Not like these. Okay. We will use this to try and get a guide out of House of Lancaster though. Oof. Okay. Let's go see. Okay. I'm going to try this one a little bit, because this is going to give me... No, Frisian Marshes is not what we want. Let's go see Altai. I honestly am completely floored at how difficult it is to find a game that is pretty standard on all of our things. Okay, let's go to this one. I'll just go through it. It is what it is. When the DLC drops, yeah, we are gonna be playing a lot of elephants. Let's just say it like that. Okay. Okay, cool. So. Breakfast complete. Now, we'll have it again in like an hour for lunch. But until then, no more mid-game snacking. Okay, so what we want to do here today is make a guide to kind of understand exactly how the pro players play a game. Now, based on where this thing is, I want to switch this around so we can see exactly what Anatan is going to be cooking. So, we're going to watch the replay, learn from it, and try to understand exactly what these top players do. So, let's start with Japan, because I think Japan is a very nice civilization to look at and to actually have a build order from. Now, we could potentially do a few of these build orders, but, you know, they can get a little spicy. So let's stick to one for now. So, how to play Japanese like a pro. Now, most people, when they play Japan, they start out with a little bit of aggression. Now, the reason for this is because if you look at the barracks cost, it's 75 wood. So, our first guide here is going to be based around the fact that we're starting out with early aggression. So with that, we take one villager and we put them on the barracks. We see Anatan takes 2 villagers onto wood, and the rest of them onto food. He's putting the farmhouse out here on the deer, specifically because this map is ensuring that there's a tiny deer pack and you can gather the food a little bit faster. Instantly, he's able to queue up one spearman. And this one spearman, if you're playing against a civilization that needs gold, this is going to give you value no matter what. I say no matter what, but looking at this man's spawn, you can see that his gold is spawning very, very close to the TC. And this means that he's not going to be able to be shut down with that spearman. Now, usually if you're playing against a civ that needs to go on gold and the gold is not right under the TC, you can go and do some damage. That spearman can cause some idle time and you can just go in and out to harass. But he's only making one spearman so that his opponent feels a little panicked to do something about this. But because the barracks is so cheap, you can pretty much easily get any value from this quickly on. So from here on, we see him splitting 3 onto gold, 2 onto wood, so that he can potentially, I would say, potentially make more units. But in this case, he's made what he needs to, with only 5 on food for now. Now, behind this, he's still rallying onto gold, and he's getting his Tavara. So Tavara we get from the farmhouse, and it's basically like a little wheelbarrow that you're going to be getting. So we get the wheelbarrow in the early stages of the game. He pulls off of wood. This might just have been because he wanted to see if he can build more spearmen, if he needs to, but he decided he's not going to be doing that. So he just pulled off of wood, he used the resources he had, and because he has 4 on gold, he can afford to get an upgrade in Dark Age. So now, with his opponent aging up with Might Work, you want to make sure that you are out here scouting exactly what you need to see. And with this one spearman, he gets the information he needs. He sees that his opponent wants to go for a second TC. If you see 5 or even 4 villagers on stone, you know that your opponent goes for second TC. Behind this, Anitan, still with 4 on gold, he's rallying the rest of his villagers on food, constantly. And now, he's going to make a samurai, because Japan can make these in Dark Age. Now, the reason he's making a samurai is because this is a unit that has a shield, and he wants to be able to shut down this. Because you want to make sure your opponent has to pay a very dear price for that second TC. And even if he doesn't get here and stops the stone, he's going to force his opponent to put that second TC on a spot that's not so optimal. Because now these villagers can't just move out and put them out here on the map. They actually are going to need to put it very close to the base. So he's most likely going to put it, I would say, on a wood line, maybe over here, because they're just not going to be able to walk out because of this pressure over there. Now behind this, we go for the safe landmark. We go for the Korra storehouse. The Korra storehouse we go for because we want to get the passive farms that this thing produces. So this thing spawns a farm every now and again. Let's see, 50 seconds, it spawns a farm, which is going to mean that you're going to have food for days. And now this samurai, even though it doesn't have a lot of damage, it's causing a little bit of that idle time. And you can see these 2 low HP villagers already having to pull back. Now the question is he going to have enough wood? Wood. Stone? Yes. Almost. And you can see he's trying to get as much with this as he can, while this guy is causing this little bit of annoyance. Now he needs to go and find the spot for that second TC. And let's go see, we see 350, and he needs just a little bit more wood to be able to do so. Behind this, he's still aging up, and Anitan is not aging up with a lot of villagers. He's making sure that he does this slowly because there's no rush for him. What Anitan is doing behind this, though, this is the tough one. As we can see, he just has 3 villagers on wood. The reason he's doing this is so that he can ensure that he gets enough for another house and he can get enough for a, what is that thing called? Enough for a barracks, there's the word. Oh, not a barracks, a stable, there we go. Frickin' finally. Stables though, they're not as cheap as the barracks. They're 150 wood. And just like this, because he wanted to put the TC all the way out here, he's trying to do so, but this one unit is going to make it a lot harder. The villagers are now trying to fight back because he knows how important it is to get this thing here. At the same time, Anitan is pulling the boar, so he's using every bit of thing he can to try and stop this second TC. And with this one unit, even if he doesn't kill anything, he's still going to be able to ensure that his opponent doesn't get this TC for free. He's delayed the TC, and yes, he's lost a unit, but this already forced his opponent to be very, very slow. So his Kura storehouse coming in very, very slowly, but you can see he's got 14 on food, 4 on gold. He's already able to age up to Castle Age, or almost ready to age up to Castle Age. So this second TC is now out, but Mohudo, he's going to be a little bit stuck. Because as we can see, he's got none of this. No gold to be able to go up. And behind it, it looks like Mohudo is going to be in some trouble. Because Anatan, again, still just having a handful on wood. He just wanted to make sure that he has enough for a house and a stable. And now he's got enough. So everything else is focused on these resources. With 4 on gold, you can continually do this and you don't need to re-rally from anywhere else. Now, building that stable, and going to age up with 8. 8 is a pretty standard number that you want to be aging up with, because with this, you're going to be able to make a lot of units pretty quickly. Now adding 5 onto gold. The reason we want to get 5 on gold is ensuring that we have enough gold to constantly produce those very, very spicy mounted samurais. Now he unfortunately loses his scout all the way here, but it's not the end of the world right now. He just needs to ensure that he has enough to constantly produce mounted samurais. You can see him investing in that scout yet again because he knows how important this is. And getting Takazaiku, which is basically your wheelbarrow yet again. So now he's about to age up. And from here on, the game plan is simple. You just force your opponent to react. He's making the Uma Bannerman because he was able to upgrade the Daimyo Manor because of all the passive stone that he gets from gold. And now he will be switching over to getting mounted samurais. So with this scout, he's going to be able to stop this wall if he wanted to. He could stand inside the wall and just force those villagers not to, just to force the villager not to finish this wall. So you can see the villager is going around now, trying to build as much wall as he can. And the scout is now here trying to stop this as well. You can see him quickly panic walling. But now there's a very spicy Uma Bannerman here and he wants to find a way in. The problem is Mohudo was a little bit too fast and he had the spearmen already. So this is now becoming a lot harder for him to get inside and he cannot actually do the damage. So amazing response here by Mohudo. The thing is, your opponent in gold, plat, and even diamond is not going to do this. They are not going to be fast enough to wall off like that. So Anatan, he just keeps making mounted samurai, and he's rallying them across the map. Because with these guys, you are forcing your opponent to respond. And you can see, he's taking these two to the side, so they will be able to burn over here, or burn down here. While the other two, also now moving out, they are going to the same side, but you could alternatively also go and try to burn the other side. So you don't have to put them all in the same group and make sure that they all chase together. So you can see Anatan, he's not changing his game plan. He's here with a mission, and the mission is ensuring he breaks through and causes Mohudo to react. So now Mohudo, you can see him going on every bit of food that he can, because he knows that this is very, very limited amount of pressure that he's going to be able to withstand. And with those samurais, Anatan is ensuring he goes around every single corner to try and do this. Now, thank you very much, Martin. Appreciate it. Now, I just realized something. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I messed up. Hold on. I'm gonna need to remove my Twitch alert so the Pedro goes away. I just got myself demonetized again. Woo! Okay, let's continue. So, with these spears, Mohudo is able to push this back. But when you have more than one group, you can very quickly start to do these. Now you saw what just happened here. Anatan used the ability of the mounted samurai to just poke through the wall. This is a little bit of a bug. It's not necessarily anything that is too scary at this stage, but you can see these spearmen, they are going to be able to take on these horses because they are pretty chunky. But we're not focused on Mohudo. We're focused on Anatan. So Anatan, still not changing the game plan. He knows that these mounted samurais are mobile and they are going to make his life very difficult. So with that, the mounted samurais are attacking 3 different angles because he's going to be able to pretty much take this on. Now there's a lot more spearmen, and the spearmen are going to need to go to every single corner. Now Anatan can ask himself, should I go for a different type of build? Or can I just keep making these? Now with 5 on wood, this might signal that he's changing his mind, that he might be going for some other units as well. So we see the villagers now moving out, and they are moving out to the middle of the map. So no, they are not focused on changing the game plan just yet. These guys are just going to go and secure the middle. But you can see he respects the fact there are that many spearmen. So usually when your opponent is making this many spearmen, that's when you want to say, okay, I will do something else. But Anatan, he just keeps making mounted samurais. The reason he keeps doing this is ensuring that he runs around and he's still going to have that mobility to go through it and attack through every single angle. Very, very nice. So these guys, this is a very chunky amount of mounted samurais. So when they start burning down, there's going to need to be a response. But you can then use your secondary groups and keep attacking. So basically, what we can see from this is Anatan has a plan, and he's sticking to this plan. He's trying to keep this army constantly busy, because the moment they're busy, they cannot defend in these big groups. And when you have this many mounted samurai, you can usually take on a few spearmen. But now, with him getting all of these units busy again, he's going to be attacking another side too. With all of these guys, they can now, instead of standing still, just attack yet another point. But Mahudo, honestly, did an amazing job of defending this. You can see behind this, Anatan just getting every single relic, putting them in the base. And now, Anatan finally feels like he can change the game plan. He's getting Onabugeisha, because Onabugeisha, they attack really fast. And even though they don't count as spears like archers, they are pretty good at doing trading. Especially because there are not as many spearmen as Onabugeishas. So with the mounted samurai, Anatan knows he's still doing a pretty good job at keeping his opponent busy. But he's on a timer. Anatan needs to make sure that he does some damage. And between all of this, he didn't do enough. And there is a TC ticking and making sure that there's a lot more villagers on the side of Mahudo. So with these guys, he's still trying to find an opening. And luckily for him, there's about to be a very massive opening here. So with most maps, they're going to deplete their wood line by this time. So now he can go and burn because he has this many units. You can instantly see the reaction here. And this is usually where your second raid group will go and cause a little bit of problems. So if you have this big of a group, you just want to split your units up into 2 so that you can keep attacking the different sides. Anatan now ensuring that he gets the rest of the map. Even though Mahudo is ahead with his economy, he is not able to get out of here. You see he has no gold because Anatan has taken control of the map. So when your opponent is stuck in his base, especially on a map where the gold is very limited, you can take control of the map and try to get this over and done with pretty quickly. Now from here on, Anatan is going to be able to eventually get inside because we can now see that Mahudo is desperately trying to get a little bit of control on this map. He's got a horseman now trying to do a little bit of damage, but Anatan just has so many units. And from here on, I think I'm going to do this all over and just do the summary of what the build should be. So the TLDR of the build, and then we can do the breakdown and put it at the end. Now with all of these units, you see, Anatan just has more. Even though the value looks the same, Anatan has more horses so that he can control this map a lot better. And you can see this man, Mahudo, is desperately trying to get out on the map, trying to get a little bit of gold. And Anatan is just living his best life here in the middle. Now going up with the castle of the throne, meaning he's gonna have control no matter what. Mahudo is going to be starving very soon. So Mahudo is trying to do a little bit of counter raid, and he does a pretty good job at that. But the problem is, mounted samurais, there's just so many of them, they can go and chase this down. Now behind this, Mahudo is just getting every bit of farm he can, and Anatan is still not able to find the damage he needs. Now, honestly, I think when you're looking at this type of gameplay, you want to make sure that you can break through your opponent and do the damage. But Anatand, he hasn't been able to do so. And this can be quite scary on most maps when the golds are normal size. I think Malian would have been able to win this game if he was on a normal map. But now you see with his Honor Bugattis, he's got so many of them. And the problem with that many, it doesn't matter how many units you have here, you are probably going to be in a lot of trouble. These guys, they are just going to slice through absolutely everything. So Japan has the button that allows you to just do absolute destruction here. It doesn't matter what he does. He could potentially beat this with Whamenqt, but they are so expensive, and he does not have the resources for that. He's getting the Ausbach Palace now, but the Ausbach Palace, it doesn't matter where he puts it. Over here, desperately trying to save some of these. But you can see with the amount of units that Anatand is making, there's just nothing that Malian can do. Still trying to get men-at-arms, but the problem is they're not even castle men-at-arms. These guys are not going to be trading that well either. And Anatand can just completely overwhelm his opponent from here. Yeah, these are games from KPMM. I wanted to see a build order that we can actually do. So let's make a quick and easy build order for Japanese from here. And we'll put the analysis at the end, based on what the opponent is doing. So quick and easy. Let's quick go and watch this again, restart, and do all of that again. But now we know exactly what's going to happen in this game, and this is going to be less than 10 minutes, so you guys will survive. Yeah, sip of coffee. My other work is done. Some of it. Okay. So, let's quickly switch these bad boys around. So, let's quickly make the short and easy guide for Japan. So, we want to see how to play Japan like a pro player. And who better than Anatand and Chad? We are opening with one barracks because the barracks is only 75 wood. We see most of the villagers over here on food, but he quickly spots out that there is another juicy place where he can go and get food. Now, usually you can go look for a deer pack close to your base and do exactly this. Because you are going to be in a position where you have a little bit of control on the map, especially with this early aggression, you can go out and do this. Japan also has a very nice part where their houses are also drop-off locations, so you don't actually need to build a mill as well. Now, with this, you want to open with a spearman, and you want to go and see where you can find some damage. This spearman, against most civilizations, is going to be able to do some damage. If you are up against Rus, you are most likely not going to find any damage, or English, because they can attack your spearmen with short bows. But for any other civilization, you just open with that spearman and you try to go find somewhere to attack. You have to make sure that your scout is trying to find a spot where they can potentially find damage. Most resources are going to spawn outside the TC range, so that your spearman can go in and poke a little bit. Anatand puts 4 on gold, and 4 on gold with the rest of the villagers on food. He just needs to make sure that he has enough resources to start the age up. Now, from this, he tries to see where can I do damage, and he spots the damage pretty quickly. So with this, he may see, oh, it might be worth it to make more units. So he's trying to age up, as we can see with the split here. But you can always change your plan just a little bit. You can change your plan to ensure that your opponent is delayed. If you know that you're not going to die, especially when your opponent's going for a second TC, you can make another unit. And especially with Japan, you can make a samurai, because samurais, they are not as cheap as spearmen, but they're going to do a pretty good job at slowing your opponent down. So with this, he's now slowly going to be able to go and age up. And you can see with the villager split here, he's making sure that he leaves most of his units at work, because behind this, he's forcing his opponent to respond to these, and he's then going to go for a very, very fast castle. So with the split from here, we can see with the 2 on wood, he's giving himself the option of just getting houses, constantly be able to build houses, and leaving 4 on gold to get to that fast castle. So from here on, as we can see, he's going to be rallying onto food. So let's quickly speed this one up. We want to see 10 on food, 4 on gold. And this is going to be that way all the way through to castle. You can see this very quickly coming out. And with these units, he just quickly wants to ensure that he goes around and does a little bit of damage. So between all of this, you see, still very slowly aging up. He doesn't care about aging up quickly. You don't need to age up quickly. You age up quickly when you want to make units, when you want to get specific upgrades. Anatan doesn't want that. He wants to go straight for castle. So now with 3 on wood, he's going to be able to get the resources he needs to be able to build one stable and do what Japanese does best, make mounted samurais. And from there on, you can very quickly snowball. So with the safe landmark, he chose the corner storehouse because this is going to give him constant food income. Now he only goes back to 2 on wood because again, you only need the wood for the what is that thing called? For the houses. Brain! But very quickly, he's able to go and age up. We see the stable. He's making the stable with one of his root villagers so that he can start making those mounted samurais and age up with 8. And from here on, you just spam mounted samurais. Mounted samurais are mobile. You're going to be able to attack more than one side if you need to. So it's worth investing in just those. And then you just attack with multiple raid parties. And from there on out, you should be pretty good. I would actually like to try this build myself and see how it goes. Because honestly, this looks quite spicy. He did lose his scout and he knows the importance of having a scout, so he remakes one. But if you're in gold, it's not going to change your game. You don't need to go make that second scout. You're probably going to lose it again. So with the age up, we see the floating gate. And instantly with the floating gate, you see it being rallied towards the stable. This is because when he does that age up, he's going to want to put the Yoroshiro inside the stable so that it produces even faster. Now, the other thing I just want to note, behind this, we see that this is now upgraded to Daimyo Manor. Japan has this wonderful part where when they drop off gold, they actually get a little bit of stone as well. So we'll see now when these guys drop off, they're going to be dropping off just that little bit of stone. You can see the stone going up. So even though he's not mining stone, he's getting this from the gold and he's going to be able to upgrade the Daimyo Manor, which means that he gets to go for the Uma Bannerman, which is something you can already go for in Feudal Age. Now, just going for mounted samurais. And now you want to make sure you split up those raiding parties and you attack from different angles. This guy instantly put down the Yoroshiro inside the stable. You see the golden thing above. That is to ensure that this thing produces that much faster. With these Shinto priests, you now go and ensure you pick up the relics. Just move them a little bit closer to the base because there's nowhere for you to put them in. So you pick them up around the map and you put them close to your base so that your opponent won't have that option himself. And that is it. That is the TLDR of Japan like a pro. Let's go to the next one. All right, let's go see. What else did Anatan do? So, Anatan. Ooh, Malians as well. That's what I like to see. So we see Malians, on the 15th of September. That's not going to work. Let's go check the other one. Lancaster. Ooh, I like that. But on Socotra, it's not going to give us the information we need. Let's check the next one. Japan, Royal Arabia against Ottomans. Ooh. We could possibly do that one too. Let's go see. I know that Twitch, I just want to see what sort of his in-game name is. I was seeing him stream earlier. So we can quickly go on his profile, just sort of. Very, very nice. Let's quickly go make a guide out of exactly what he does with Japan as well. Sort of. Match history. Oof, never mind. There's a Malian game in there too. Okay. Oof, 49 minutes. Oh, no. I just realized when you don't have the mod, everything breaks. So let me just quickly restart the game. And yes, I know I'm sharing my screen so everyone can see everything. Go. Quick. We want to go inside, yeah. I can't believe Sword of is rank 12 now. This man. absolutely wild. Maybe I should get a keyboard camera as well. Okay, cool. Let's go to Mr. Sort of and go to his Malian game then. Malians. Game does take a while to load. Okay. But Adam is a friend too. Alright. Okay. And this is Carmel. Perfect. Okay, we can work with this. You might be going home to my home country? Dark Otter, South Africa or Serbia? You actually haven't played Martin and Kuni. Thank you very much for the 2 months. Okay. Where's that? Oh, for the safari. Nice. We also have a group of people going for a safari in South Africa pretty soon. Okay. So. We can do this from 2 sides. Mongols and Malians. I hate Mongols. I'm not emotionally going to be handling Mongols. But what I will do is do a quick analysis of why each of these players are doing what they need to do. And Martin, we can definitely do that. Next week, if you want to. Just message me on Discord and let's plan it out. I'm in. Okay, so. We have a pretty peculiar matchup here. We have Malians versus Mongols. Now, Malians is a civ that loves to be able to get their houses and their pit mines and get all the passive resources. While Mongols is the civilization that loves to do those early barracks pushes and do some real damage. Now, Sort of is a guy who will be able to handle this pretty well. And you can instantly see the 2 houses that he makes, they are under the range of the TC. At the same time here, Sassy is going to make his Uwu pretty quickly. And now with these villagers, he's actually not making a barracks. Now this is very uncommon when you're playing against Malians. When you're playing against Malians, you need to ensure you shut them down. But this is something Sort of expects. And that's why he's all the way out here to try and see, are there spearmen coming? So with this, if he sees, okay, yes, there are spearmen coming, then he needs to react to this. And he would not be able to build more houses. He wouldn't be able to build these houses here. But he notices, okay, there's no spearmen coming. My opponent is already on gold, so I can just keep making these houses. I'm not going to be in any danger from here on. Now, behind this, Sort of is just going for the usual Malian split, where you just put all your villagers onto food. While at the same time, Sassy is going for a pretty normal age, feudal or normal timed feudal age. So both of these players, they know that this map, very often the gold spawns very close to the TC. So he wasn't going to be able to burn this pit 9 without taking damage on his units. So that's why Sassy decided, hey, I'm not going to be doing that. Sassy moved his TC to the back here so that he can get it on top of the deer and the wood line. Now, I don't know if this is the best spot. I think sometimes you do want to cover a little bit of a different angle, but at the same time, you just want to make sure your TC gives you the most value. Both of these guys now aging up into H2. Now let's look at their landmarks. The Mansa Quarry is the pretty standard decision here for most people. When you're going with the Mansa Quarry, you have something that gives you gold per minute no matter what. It is just always living its best life producing gold. Deer Stones, on the other hand, is also the standard decision here, because if you are going to go for the other landmark, you are going to have traders, and that's not something you want. Not on a map where your market is right behind your base, because now if you move your Deer Stones over here, your opponent is very Deer Stones. If you move your Silver Tree over there, your opponent is very easily going to be able to intercept your traders, and your trade post is not going to give you the most value. Now, out here, sort of, is just aging up with 4. And this is very, very standard. The other thing to notice is, he has most of his villagers here on wood. You usually want to leave 4 villagers on food, so that you can constantly produce villagers. Now, he left a little bit of a buffer, so that he can only leave 3. But for you, at home, use 4 villagers. Do not use 3 villagers in this scenario, and just keep chopping. Because with this, sort of can now decide what he wants to do next. With all of these houses that he has around here, he is making a mill. And as he's aging up, while having the mill, he wants to ask himself, what am I going to use my resources for? So in Age of Empires, it's important to make sure that you use every bit of resource. Your resources are there for a reason. You should use it. So same with Sassy, he's got 5 on gold. He's got 8 on food. And when you see something like this, it's usually one of 2 things. He's going to constantly make Keshiks, or he's going fast castle, which would be pretty crazy with Malians. Or with all this gold, he could just get upgrades. That is also a very honorable choice. The same over here with sort of. He can now decide, I'm going to go for wheelbarrow, or I'm going to go for professional scouts and try to get all of the deer here on the map. Because this is a pretty juicy spot to do so. I just realized as I said this as well, Sassy can also just build the stable and go for pro scouts himself. Because he has so much gold already, he can now use the stable to produce scouts and go and do professional scouts too. But with the amount of villagers he has here on wood, it's going to take a very long time to do so. Now let's see, sort of ages up, he instantly goes for a stable. And with a stable, you can already tell exactly what upgrade he's going to go for. He has 9 on wood. That means he wants to make sure that he has enough wood to get the Pro Scouts upgrade. He's not spending any of his gold. So him getting ready to click this upgrade is going to be important. Now, instantly getting his Warrior Scout upgrade because he has the extra gold. I say extra gold, but just like that, he changes his mind. So I fully believe that this is something that he saw and he was like, hey, I need to do damage to this. If I go for Pro Scouts, I am going to be in danger. Because I see that my opponent has 4 villagers here on gold, or 5 technically. So when you see this, you know your opponent is getting upgrades, going fast castle, or getting a lot of Keshiks. One of those. So that's the problem. He needs to make sure that he responds to this. And he decides, instead of going Pro Scouts, he decides, okay, I'm going to use my gold, I'm going to get a wheelbarrow, because it doesn't matter what he goes for. I'm going to have an answer to this. So you see, he goes for 2 Keshiks. These 2 Keshiks is so important, because with those 2 Keshiks, you are forcing your opponent to make units. Your opponent can't just sit back and be like, la Keshiks are my base. He has to do something about this. And with the rest of the stone that he has, he's making scouts because he wants to go and pick up the deer. So let's go see what these guys decide to do. So he gets the scout upgrade so that this scout can now do a lot more damage to the villagers. And Sassy is going to need to be able to respond to this. He can't just ignore this scout because this scout, he's going to kill villagers and he might just do that. So as we can see now, the Keshiks are chasing in and he kills the villager, but the scout does go down. He does get the extra sheep on his side. But now, sort of, instead of going for his Pro Scouts like he wanted, he uses the gold. He realizes, hey, I floated all of these resources, I might as well use it. And this is exactly what I told you guys earlier. You need to use your resources. If you have it, do something with it. Just because your plan was Pro Scouts and it didn't work out, it doesn't mean you now have all this gold. You have to use the gold. Always. Now, Sassy, he has 2 Keshiks. These 2 Keshiks can now go and try find some damage. So these 2 Keshiks can go onto the wood line, try to chase in from here. They can try to chase in over here. They can go and burn down some of these houses. So those Keshiks, their goal is just to make sure that you keep your opponent super busy so he cannot go out on the map and do whatever he feels like doing. You need to make sure that you punish your opponent and force him to react while he gets the rest of the deer with his Pro Scouts. Back onto Sort of. Sort of now has to ask himself, what production building am I making to handle these to handle these Keshiks? So he is already making sofas, but sofas cost gold. They're quite expensive. So he has a barracks and he's going to start making donzos from here on out because he needs to find something that can handle this. So we see him getting the donzo upgrade and his split is very specific here. He's got 10 on wood. Usually 9 to 11 on wood is perfectly good. And the rest of them onto food and only 1 on gold. He will most likely start to rally more onto gold as the time goes on. And just like that, you see those Keshiks? They are trying to find some damage. They're trying to charge in somewhere. But Sort of doesn't sit back in his base. Sort of is the kind of guy who's going to now go and counter-raid. He knows that there were things on the gold. He knows he needs to do some damage. So now with all these scouts coming out, Sassy is going to be able to have a pretty good time at picking up these deer against most other players, but Sort of, he's very aggressive. Now he has to be careful because these Keshiks are going to run around and try to charge in. So he has to ask himself, okay, where am I going to put my donzos to make the most out of this? And with that, you see the sofa already picking up a kill. Now, this is insanely good for Sort of, because yes, he's killed 2 villagers now. But what he just did is, he forced Sassy off of gold. And Sassy, he was a very happy camper, just being out on the gold and having him being the aggressor. The problem is now, those 2 Keshiks that were looking for damage, they would either need to go back to defend against the sofa, or he needs to invest into more Keshiks. So now he cannot just keep making all these scouts. He actually needs to make units to defend his base, because this one sofa is causing all this problem. And now, the 2 Keshiks, they're gonna be able to pick up a kill too. You see them getting the villager out here because that's their job. They have to go and find damage. And sofas. He just keeps making sofas. Sort of is now fully committed to the sofa lifestyle. And behind this, very silently and sparingly, adding these cows. So the cows are going to give him all the passive resources he needs, 75 food per minute now, so that he can keep producing these units. And Sassy is now desperately trying not to get gold units. He's trying to get something he can afford, archers. So he can't keep making these Keshiks, especially not against these donzos. He needs to find a unit that he can actually kill these donzos with. So he's getting as many archers as he can. You can see now using his stone to double produce archers. And you usually don't want to be using your stone to double produce archers. You want to use them on Keshiks most likely. But we do see the archers trying their best at focusing these donzos, but they do have to be careful of this sofa. So give me a second, I need to take a sip. Oh my goodness. My voice is very, very weak. Ooh. We'll take a bite as well. The Mongol noises are so loud. Oh my god. Give me 1 second. Oh. Did you guys hear that? It's the noises from Mongol. Oh my goodness. Okay. So now this is the part of the game where things get a little hairy. You can now decide, hey, I am gonna try to commit and destroy you, or I'm gonna go to castle. Now Sassy is considering this, and I want you guys to look at the split. So with the split, he has a 9 on gold still. He's getting upgrades with the gold, because remember, when you have the gold, spend it. Now, behind this, he's still just picking up deer. So all of these scouts are constantly doing their job at the back here. But he needs to make sure that he survives, because this is a pretty scary army, and this is just going to get worse and worse. Sort of knows, I have enough units that I can keep putting this pressure up. I have enough resources. I have my second pit mine, so I already have that passive resource coming too. So I'm going to be able to keep doing this. Now, because there's no spearmen on the side from Sassy, he's able to run into these units with his sofas. And even if he loses the sofa, he doesn't want to do that, of course. He's able to trade out against these archers, so both sides losing some units now. But he realizes, hey, this might be a little bit of an overcommitment. So now he's constantly just pulling back, reinforcing, and with these units he's going to start taking more and more fights. Sofas don't heal, so he does need to be careful with them, and that's why he also mixes in these scouts. So the scouts are also like a little bit of a front line. And all of a sudden, all these units have just moved out. They now need to be careful again, because these guys are just going to go straight for the archers, and the archers, they run a little bit slow. So now constantly trading back and forth, getting rid of these archers. And you can see Sassy is using that stone to just try and double produce. Behind all of this, instead of using the gold on an age up, he's decided, I'm just making more Keshiks. That's what I need to do. My opponent is not going to stop this pressure. I need to go back and sort of just quickly kicking off more and more villagers. Now the problem is, there are sofas coming towards your base, there are donzos, and you're still double making archers. So this doesn't feel too good here for Sassy. Sassy needs to find a way to keep up with all of this production. But the thing is, he's got a lot of food in the base. The problem is just, he doesn't have anything else. He's going to run out of gold, and he's trying to produce as much as he can, but you can see he's now building a barracks here at the back, because he realizes, hey, with this, I'm going to need some other units as well. He realizes the pressures might be a little bit too much, and sort of realizes, hey, I don't want to keep fighting into his TC, because now he's going to start moving backwards. So sort of asks himself, what do I do now? Sort of goes for other food or for other resources. He's asking himself, how can I do damage to Sassy? And from his perspective, he needs to go and target the food. Now, Sassy has picked up most of the food on this side, and he still has a bunch of deer over here. Behind this as well, sort of, is putting the scouts so that he can ensure that he picks them up himself. You now see sort of going for professional scouts because he realizes how much food this is. But again, Sassy having the same thought. He's like, hey, what do I do to shut this down? What do I do to do damage to my opponent? Hey, I'm going to go to his base and try to do a raid. The problem is, both of them have the same idea. And the army is now a little bit split here, but this could still be very good for Sassy, as Sassy is now running into this army of sofas, and he's going to be able to do some good trades. Sort of realizes, I'm going to lose these sofas. I need to make sure I get some value from them. So he's already going to get some damage done to himself, so he goes to the villagers and he tries to kill some villagers. And this is usually the best thing you can do. You can ensure that you do as much damage to your opponent so that you don't do this all for free. And you see that's exactly what Sassy wanted to do. He also wanted to go and do a little bit of damage to his opponent. But the problem is, sort of already had the Donzos in position. And from here on out, Sassy has already lost 7 villagers. This is pretty much over, and sort of will take the game. So, what Sassy should have done better here is not lose villagers. I don't know, that sounds dumb, but if he did not lose villagers and he had this push he has now, he just kept making units, sort of would have been dead. Completely dead. But now, behind this, sort of has a lot of food. He's getting his own professional scouts coming in. He's constantly producing units. So when Sassy does commit, he is going to be in a lot of danger. So yes, now sort of just asked himself, how can I keep slowing Sassy down? And the answer is keep on raiding. But Sassy learned from this. He's putting 3 spearmen here to the back, and now he's trying to get the deer. He sees that sort of is also pro scouting, and sort of is just trying to keep his army as safe as possible while making as many units as he can. Now with these sofas, he's going to try to land an attack, and the moment he does, Sassy needs to attack forward and he needs to do damage. So the sofas run into the spearmen, but there's just so many of them, they can even take on the spears. Sassy realizes this and he decides, okay, I need to go for damage too. But the archers are focus firing the houses, and that's not good. Those guys are just not able to focus fire the units they need to do damage against. And again, now Sassy lost 2 more villagers, and these sofas are nowhere close to getting shut down. Sassy with this gets a little bit overwhelmed. And now he's just attacking houses, instead of actually being able to do damage to the villagers. But the problem is, the sofas are still causing problems. You can see these sofas, even if they go down, they're still doing damage. They're still forcing the opponent into his base. And sort of, he's trying to play it safe, but he knows he needs to move out just a little bit to try and defend against this. Now the villagers, being very far out, they need to go find a different spot. And we can see them moving now to the back wood line. But sort of is playing this as carefully as he can, because he knows that, hey, I've done economic damage to my opponent. I can just sit back and let the economy do the talking. So now these guys are going to be chopping, but they still need to be careful. And Sassy needs to go and ask himself, where do I do damage to my opponent? Yes, you can burn houses. Yes, you get extra resources for burning. But you also need to ask yourself, how am I going to attack the villagers? Now, pulling back is trying to take these trades as effectively as possible. But if we look at the resources per minute here, the food per minute for Sassy has gone down significantly. And the food per minute for Sort of is still doing great. Now, Sassy won this fight, and he did a really good job at this. But the problem is, Sort of can keep making units. He has enough production buildings here at the back to keep making sure that he gets the reinforcements. So now he pops in and out of the TC. Sassy is doing everything he can to try and shut this down, and he's doing a really good job at this. He's going to do a significant amount of eco damage as well. The villagers are starting to go down. Sassy is doing an amazing job at diving. But again, the difference is the food per minute. Even if he kills the same amount of villagers, the food is already set up for Malians, and Malians can afford to lose a few villagers. He just lost all of his army under the CC, and now it becomes a lot easier for Sort of to replace his army than it does for Sassy to replace the army. So now, Sort of, he's still producing. He realizes, hey, that was a significant portion of the army, and now he will be the one that outproduces pretty quickly. We see the food per minute going down, but that's just because he's pulled off, or he's idled out these villagers for a little while to try and fight under the TC. It's going to skyrocket here in a second. But both of these players still have a lot of food. And this is pretty nice. I mean, for both of them, they still have a lot of food. But the difference is, this is passive food. This is food that Sassy doesn't have to work for. While on Sassy's side, he needs to work for this. So both of them having the same amount of villagers on food. Let's go look at the food per minute. And, ooh, this one should increase in a bit. Let's give it a second. As they drop it off, yeah, slowly you can see this going up. But now the Kurultai is coming out for Sassy. So Sassy is going castle. And getting the Kurultai is usually something you want to do if you are being aggressive. But remember, Sort of is always asking himself, where do I do damage to my opponent? So he's still constantly looking for damage. The problem is, Sassy is now already moved out onto the map. He's making sure that he doesn't lose anything. But those sofas, they see the age up, they try to get us around, and you can see Sort of moves perfectly, like a Zerg player. He goes and he surrounds, and he just tries to get another few villager kills again. So now Sort of can ask himself the question, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to go for castle myself, or am I just going to keep making units? And with the 5 archers that he has in queue, it feels like he's not committing to a strong feudal. He's still making units. He just wants to delay his opponent. Now, even though there are towers in the middle of the map, he's going to be able to put this pressure on him and cause some idle time. But you can see with these sofas, because sofas are so tanky, they're like these mini knights, they are causing a lot of problems. And now, Sort of, he is just sending the rest of his army to the middle of the map. The moment he adds sofas here, you know he's committing to feudal. The Kurultai in the base is now going to be able to heal up a lot of these units. But you see Sassy, he's idling his economy. He's a little bit overwhelmed, and this is a very heavy push here from Sort of. And this is what I was talking about when it comes to replaceability of the army. Malians have passive food. They're not just getting the food from the cattle here, and now look at that difference that I was talking about. He is now getting all of these passive resources, while on the other hand, Sassy is going to struggle. He just hit castle, But even with Cass, he cannot do much. We see the Kurultai moving forward so that it can heal up these units at the front. And this is a really good move here. But sort of is not committing to this. He's just poking. And he's ensuring that Sassy cannot move out of his base. He's ensuring that Sassy needs to keep producing. But he realizes pretty quickly, oh, I have a lot of units. But behind it, he also has enough resources to go and age up himself. So I'm going to end the game analysis here and then quickly go to the build. Let's quickly go to the build. So the build is going to be the 5 to 10 minute game situation so that you can follow it and play Malians like a pro, like sort of. Okay. So you are going to hear a few of the things that we said already, and then that's going to be it. Then I'm going to go watch an English game, and then we're going to try and play English that same way. All right, sip of coffee. Let's roll. So, Malians. Play Malians like a pro. Let's watch Short of do it. So, with that, he opens with 1 villager on the pit mine, going all the way out to build his first pit mine, and 5 villagers onto wood to get every bit of resource they can from Zevudia. Because Malian houses are just a little bit cheaper. So we see him building the 2 Malian houses. Now, against most civilizations, you are going to be able to build your houses all around, 6 of them. But you have to ask yourself sometimes, am I playing against the guy who is going to make units and come to my base and shut me down? And he's asking himself that question, and he's trying to figure this out too. So with his scout, sort of is trying to see, okay, what is my opponent doing? Is he going to be aggressive? He sees 2 villages on gold already. And usually, this early on, you won't be going on gold that fast if you are going to make spearmen. He runs around, he sees the TC, he sees no barracks, he's trying to find the Uwu in this case, but when you're playing against Japan, when you're playing against English, you just want to see where is the barracks. Is there a barracks? And if there is a barracks, you won't be building those extra houses. You will only be building houses where they are safe enough. So now it is basically back to a normal build. He's gotten this whole wood, or this whole straggler tree, and he puts all of his villagers back onto food. This guy finishes building 6 houses, and he just chops a little bit of gold. He's going to go drop it off and go straight onto food. So with Malians, now it's pretty straightforward. We want to make sure that we put everything else on food. This villager ran back to the gold because Sorda forgot to shift click him correctly. And everybody makes mistakes, even the pros. That's why we get to watch them. Now, with villagers here, we see everything on food. He's rallying only onto food. Now, what would be pretty good here is if you take one of these sheep, put it over onto this side so that your villagers don't need to run around one another. But usually, there's a few things happening in the early stages of the game, so you do want to move these guys up, put them as close to the TC as possible. And you now see that sort of has enough resources to start aging up. So he starts aging up. He's not going to be aging up with 8. He's only going to be aging up with 4. The reason he selected 8 is because he just quickly clicked to get all of his villagers there as fast as possible. These villagers here are going to go onto wood. And now, if you're playing Malians, you want to make sure that you go for 4 villagers on food and the rest of them on wood. Now, with him now chopping wood, aging up with 4, he's going to be on a pretty good timing when it comes to getting feudal. Now, his opponent, he saw that his opponent was in gold. He's not worried about the rush, and he's just getting the wood. So Malians, you usually want to rally all of your villagers onto wood until you have about 10 or 11. So as we can see now, he sends the next villager out here because he knows that these guys are going to chop, 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 and he's going to be able to build a lumber camp pretty soon. So instantly puts down the lumber camp here, and what's very important is he's going for the lumber camp on this side. So the reason he's going for the lumber camp on this side is because he has a safe wood line here, and he doesn't want to chop this wood line already. This wood line is going to be very important if you play against a civilization that has things like horse archers, that has things like Whamenqt, or just likes to stand over wood lines and attack you, like English. So he gets all of his villagers out here working on wood, and you can see quickly building all of this. He builds another house and a mining camp with one villager. And because he's a pro player, he doesn't move this villager around. He leaves this guy on gold because he's just going to tell himself, hey, I am going to be using these resources anyway. Now, he's floating a lot of wood. And usually this indicates that you're going for pro scouts or a lot of gold. But he decides to go for other upgrades instead. The reason he does this is because he scouts what his opponent is doing. When you scout what your opponent is doing and you see a stable, you see this many villages on gold, you know that he's also most likely going to go for pro scouts. So, behind this, the reason we left that many on wood is because we want to start adding production buildings. And the rest of the villagers rallied onto food again. So now he gets a stable and he tries to see what his opponent is doing. The scout is all the way here in the base and he tries to see what is going to come out of this stable. And at the same time, he wants to do a little bit of damage. And he asks himself, how am I going to spend my resources? I'm just going to spend it on upgrades. The upgrades that are most important at this stage of the game are your wheelbarrow upgrades and your double broadaxe. Double broadaxe because you have 9 on wood. You want to be boosting 9 villagers. You don't want to get the specialized pick, because specialized pick, basically, you're only improving 1 villager's work. So that's not something you really want. You would rather get your wheelbarrow and you would rather get your horticulture, because horticulture is something that is so valuable to have when you are just getting all the food income. Now, he saw the stable, so he knows exactly what he needs to do from here. He makes a barracks. And this is basically where you have to use your brain as well. You can't just go for something blindly. You have to see what your opponent is doing and you have to make something that actually counters it. But with regards to the villager split, 10 on wood, the rest of them on food. And you can see this one villager that was on gold, he's very happily going to go back over here. Because now, with this split, you're just going to be able to constantly produce units. With that so far, he knows he's not going to do much in his own base, so he tries to go for his opponent's base because he knows that his opponent just sent a lot of units out. And now, he's going to be able to try and find some damage. Behind this, every single time he has the resources, he spends it. How does he spend it? He starts making cattle ranches. So instead of getting horticulture, he says, what's going to be more important is getting passive resources. I'm not going to have these cows forever, but I need to make sure I have them making food as quickly as possible. So every single time he has the wood, he's going to be building something with it. Let's go see what's next. He goes and he decides to do the next pit mine. So always, that's why we leave this many on wood, because we want to make sure we have enough to keep building out the Malian economy. And the rest of them on food, because again, we are always producing. And that's very important in any matchup. Malians, you are always producing. So now the Khan is peeking over the wood line, and you can see now why this wood line starts to get a little scary. Because if those are other things like Mangudai, they can start picking off your villagers. But you can always fall back onto your safe wood line here. Now he keeps producing. He never stops. While at the same time, with that wood, he's always making something. So with that extra wood that he has now, he can go make another, a cattle ranch. So he can make another cattle ranch, but instead he decides to go for a blacksmith. So if he now goes for a cattle ranch, he wants to do it because he wants to get more cows inside. But instead he realizes, hey, I want to keep making all of these units and I'm going to need some upgrades for them too. So you can see it constantly stays at around 11 onto the wood. And with the time going on, because he's just making more and more units and he's getting upgrades now, he has enough on food. You always just want to split your villagers so that they keep giving you enough for your upgrades and to constantly produce units. And that's it. From there on, you make cows when you have the resources. So he doesn't have the resources right now. He realizes, hey, I have a lot on wood. I don't want this many on wood. I'm going to start putting the rest onto gold. And you see, he's only putting villagers on gold around 9 minutes. So up until then, all the gold he's been getting were from the pit mines. And now with all these villagers on gold, still 9 on wood so that he can keep adding these cattle ranches and he can keep adding production buildings. Now he's going to start to make a few more cows so that he gets all those passive resources. And just because he's constantly producing, it becomes a lot harder for his opponent to handle this. And now I feel very inspired to go play Malians. So you keep doing this until you have completely successfully built your cattle boom. When you have the resources for them, you make them. 270 gold. That is not something you want to be floating. That is when you click up and you make cattle. And this is just because he's so focused on being aggressive here at the front. But at the same time, he decides to go for Pro Scouts. Now, Pro Scouts later on is something you'll very rarely do. But on a map like this where there's a lot of deer, you can consider it, especially when you start to get map control. So he goes Pro Scouts, but what he also could have done is he just could have kept making cows. But the reason he's doing this is, as you guys can see, he's running out of food. So this does feel a little bit rough at this point. But you can see he's quickly trying to get every bit of food he can around his base too. But from here on out, you just keep making cattle, or you are able to go out onto the food to try and keep that economy going. Because feudal age Malians, they do slow down a bit when the food runs out. But you can see with all that wood, he's just constantly adding more cattle ranches. So we'll see him adding more and more cows as the time goes on. But now he's quickly getting his Pro Scouts to bring more food back to the base so that this becomes a lot easier for him. Now you just see cattle ranches being added and more cows being made. Now, honestly, I feel so inspired that I want to play Malians right now. Although I do think I'm going to get my ass clapped by doing so. Okay. Now, last thing I wanted to do is I wanted to go and find an English match so that I can watch it and learn from it. So, there was Wham and Voldemort, but this was the previous week. Let's go to this one. Let's go find an English game. Although, I don't think people are playing English in best of threes. Oh my goodness. Let's go check it out. Nobody is playing English. I know the EGC tournament had some English players. Let's go check it out, y'all. EGC Masters Fall, where did we have in English? I think it was Core Demo. Let's go check that one out. So, Core and Demo. Just need to find them on my friend list. Come on. Where are you, boys? Do I not have you guys as friends? Oh, yeah, that's cool. Very nice. Okay. Was this on Kalaga? Ah, this is on Kalaga, unfortunately. And it's also English versus Mongols. Ooh. Damn. I don't think we're going to be getting an English game too soon. Ah, damn. But anyway, let's play some games. And... there we go. You're struggling with English nowadays. Even if I'm 3TC, I have 0 eco. Gusty, if you are 3TC, that might be a different conversation that we need to have, actually. I think what we'll quickly do is we'll do 3 English builds as well. Okay, let's quickly do that. Let's see. 3 English builds. Cool. Let's quickly make 3 English builds and then I will go and play a game. I really just want to play games, but I know if I start playing, it's going to be too hard for me to stop. Because I'm what you would call an addict. So let's just go on something simple like Dry Arabia. Dry Arabia, why am I blind? There we go, Dry Arabia. Try mine, I got 2 DC. Okay, Gusty, we'll do one of those. Gusty, what rank are you? Because in Twitch chat, usually there's a little bit more that we have to ask. Why is English so bad? English is not, I'm just responding to YouTube comments. Why is English so bad? So English is not so bad. They are just not doing that well at a pro level. And I think that is usually the big difference here. So, 1 second. Just want to check something. Goodness. goodness, I am a potato. I am an absolute potato woman being. Give me 1 second. I need to fix my setting. Oh my goodness. Okay, cool. So, what we needed to do. Lancaster, yes, so no need for English, I guess. Yeah, no, English is great. Yeah, Lancaster is a lot better. I think Lancaster is also because people don't really know how to deal with them. So that makes a little bit of a difference here. Okay, let's go to hardest bot and let's go do some English. We're gonna play against Abbasid and cool. Let's start this thing. I really hope that there's a restart button. I think we might need to have done it from the other side. Okay, which is all good. So what we're gonna do right now is I'm just quickly gonna do a... Alright, so... I need to play this game out really quickly. I can realize that because I need to do the guide right after. Thank you, Lilac Green. I am doing much better than before. Actually, guys, I realize now I'm gonna need to play this in ladder and then I'll commentate over it. It's gonna be a lot easier. Because if I just sit here and play the games, it's gonna be awfully boring and it is going to be a nightmare. I can also do this after the stream. So let's go and see how we do it. So let's just go back to normal games and play English so I can do it afterwards. Quick. Oof, my snoot. Okay, while we're searching, we're really gonna go make some juice. Don't start without me, guys. Getting a little worried here. We're not started yet. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Carmel though. Yikes. I maybe should have vetoed this bad boy. Carmel is not one of my favorite civilizations for English, or favorite maps for English. Woo. Let's do it. Oof. It feels stressful when it really shouldn't. Yeah, so the reason I don't like English on Carmel is... should have opened with a second scout.
Work on.
English on Carmel doesn't do too great because they're not really a pro scouting civ. But if you're playing against China, I think we might be able to do something with that. Okay, let's see. I do want to go for a second TC, and I could potentially put it on top of a deer pack. Thank you, Lilac Queen. Appreciate it. So with that, let's quickly see what the situation is going to be. I do want to get my second TC, no matter what. Let's see what this guy's rank is. Probably change my scenes to do so. Okay.
Yes.
Now, the problem is he's playing China, and China definitely likes going for that second scout as well. Problem. Doesn't have any backwards resources. He only has forward ones, so I could potentially do a lot of damage with my king. There we go. Okay. Now, rest of us over here. Go pick up all of them sheep, yeah. Very good. Very, very good. Let's move the sheep over to this side. So the reason we move our sheep apart a little is so that the villagers don't run all over each other trying to get the sheep back to the TC. And you can potentially do a lot more. Okay. Now, I'm a little bit concerned about my amount of food that I have, and if I will... Okay, let's go. We definitely need to run around this way, and we just see. 4-1 stone looks good. Conk to rank up trade. Yeah, we got this. Bypass Calp. How low is Calp? Or are we just memeing the poor guy? Okay. Cool. Come boys, come. I just need one sheep for a little bit of food. Let's go. Quick. Next one, quick. Jeez, that is a really fast age up. Oh, actually, it might just be a normal sized age up. He did see my second TC though, so he knows what I'm cooking. Which might be a little bit problematic, but we will see in a moment, yeah. Go see what he's doing. And I need to understand exactly where I'm going to put my second TC, but because I haven't scouted my side of the map, we do not know. Very nice. Very well thought through. Calp is like 1,500. Damn, I'm cooking, boys. And outranking the legendary Calp. What more do I need in life? Where's that done? Over here. Oh. Okay, perfect. Next one, I think we'll rally on to food. Put all of these guys all together. Let's go find that second TC spot. I believe it's going to be over here with the deer pack as well. There should be a deer pack. There's one deer in the fog of war. Oh shit. Let's go. Oh god, this is such a gamble. Let's go. Oof. And I'm gonna need a lot of wood. Let's quickly just get one load of wood and call it a day. Oh no. Oh no. This is not good. Oh god. Oh. No. Oh, no, no, no. I should have dropped this thing off. Oh my god. I should have dropped that thing off. Oh gosh. Mm-hmm. I can't believe I just did that. Okay. There we go. Rest of us ready over there. Okay. Oof. Mm-hmm. Let's go here, all of us. Why do I have this much? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Why do I have that much stone? Oh, why do I have this much stone? No, not the first game of the day. Looking great, boys. Oh my goodness, this is not good. This is not good at all. This is not good at all. Oh no. Yeah. Oh god, you... Oh, I can't believe it. We may have messed up a little bit, ladies. A little bit. And you work, eh? And you work. Good. Where's my scout? We need to go see what he's doing. Stone wall was down. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. Oh my god. Get the rest of them over here.
Yaru to work. Yes, sir. We're standing on.
Okay, that's not good. You boys, we accidentally have too much stone, so let's do this. Alright, you boys. And now the rest of us rally onto gold, please. Okay, you boys, let's go attack. Oh my god. No. Okay, now he's going gassing. I can't believe I'm going for another TC. Another TC. Okay. We are definitely gonna go for the other landmark. Yeah, right here, boys.
Each brewkey that.
Just like that, we are still in a lot of danger, but it might be a little bit easier soon. Let's run around. And boys, actually,
Look out, readeth new, Tulkas.
Okay, cool. Now, boys, still can't believe we are in this much of a situation.
What Thursday say?
Okay.
Estes comende. Yeah, it's a wheeler. On Wraithwa. Gereth Opa. Yarwa Eowala. Retadima. Each a worker. Yarwa Wraithwa. Each Timbertails.
It is Sito. It's living you here!
This is gonna feel a little clunky. I can't believe we have this much eco. I think I'm kind of drowning in the eco right now. So let's go attack again. Just need to be constantly on top of him. Rest of us on wood, please. I have more than enough on these guys. Let's go and
Fourth Warde Freckes. Mit Baldenes. It's living you here! Look at you be ready, Freckes.
Yes, sir. West soon. On your work, sir.
Dein Hestes. Today is none but none!
Your way, Yawaller. Pretending off, way at that. Everyone attended.
Obedience. For Brande! For the working!
Tord podcast everything to every chat.
Sweden,
Big hill do fafnu. Cease to Hestes.
Fuse to serve out Reinende! Contende feinde!
They are God to
Certas!
okay, those lances are gonna be annoying, but just fine. Hey, boys.
Ik rede voor. Dein Heste, ich gas so ahead. Fuse to Dein Hestes!
See they to be on guard to Hestes too far.
Boys, let's go.
Genitors, stand Obeisance is yea, ik am gun. An arid
Okay,
redende
the
swag.
other way. And slowly but surely we add some farms. Very nice. Let's that's perfectly fine.
See they to work. Building done.
Fuse yea, ik am gun.
God's swinker have been made.
I can't believe I'm in 3 TC. It's such a bad position, but it's what it is. Okay.
Obeisance, ik rede voor.
See the Hestes. Harkeneth alla.
Obeisance, yea, ik am gun.
Okay.
Arita. One needed, one
Redende swag. Dein Hestes, yea, ik am gun. Fuse, yea, ik am gun.
And now
See the Hestes.
let's go.
Dein Hest redende suahet. Mandente to servant. Fuse to servant. None shall live.
What needed God's swinker have been made.
See they to Fernandez so ahead.
Let me just see if I did build that thing. Yes, and I have no intention of getting a relic apparently. Just get one trebuchet.
Fuse to six. Reader forth. Alles
Oof.
To work.
Imperial Edge does not feel very good.
Yeah,
Okay.
right to done somewhere. They can build it for that. Trappers understood. See they to soon folk already ready.
What needeth be undone?
Meters stand each libe to hear it.
Let's just go and destroy him here.
Trappers await
Okay.
10-day hestes.
Mean spare.
Y'all done some work.
What the hell?
Everything is a deacon. Say attention, Brandy.
Now, Queen and pay attention! Each libe to hear it!
What should each do? Hey, everything.
Kritas, ja! For order! Kritas! After Kritas, ja! Attente to servant!
Okay.
Hitlock as God.
You just keep aiming spears. Okay, now he's getting men at arms. Horses. Let's run around.
What should each do?
See to Hester.
Trappers await 10-day hestes.
Ooh. And we potentially need to think about what's next for our gold situation, boys. Boys, do more farms. Problem is my eco is so good, but I need to get a lot more units. Boys,
Every charm. See they the fair loose in every charm.
okay, boys.
What needeth work?
Let's go scout with this bad boy. And
Swing around me.
Leaders is set on ready. Let it read and stackeren.
let's quickly go get a solid amount of stables.
Roger, reader as see take the reader.
And you, give me another king.
Unseal.
Virtue guide.
See
Hey, everything. Intended.
Ich bin born to hear.
see they yeah.
Okay. Oof. Okay, those guys are keeping him busy.
They's a worker. And see me. Every chance
to servant?
every chance.
See they to work. See the hestes.
Yare, hearken, host it down. They off yarn.
Yari.
Ooh, I am just pressing buttons, boy.
Each fall away Hesters. Redende Thernu.
Yari to dog.
Okay, he's making archers now, or probably just a lot of Juganu.
See to Hester. Where Hammond said as Bayona.
Yeah, Valenci ready and the waiting Morris Whamenqt. Get to lose the order in the village. Harken thou on. We haven't hestes.
And the rest of us, horsemen, spearmen.
Trappers a deacon.
He awaits me Hester.
I completely forgot about this guy. 48 idle, don't love that. Oh, more horses. Oh god. No, that's not what I meant to do. Why did I just do that? Okay, you boys actually, let's undo the horseman, let's get spears. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh god. Oh god. I should not have built this far forward. Oh no. Oh no, why did I build it that far forward? Oh. Okay. We need... Boys, what did I need to do again? We need now. Can I get a few of these upgrades myself? Hopefully.
We have a test. Building to put good. Testers are coming. Intended. Testers are coming. Harken all. Bearing out the etons and night after this.
You're ready for the next.
If you do so I command.
I'm so cooked. I'm not sure what I'm even doing. At least we had fun, right? It's okay. It's okay. That was... Where's the army? The army was dead. Hello, D-Ways. So much eco no army. I know. That was the misclick part where we accidentally made 3 TCs instead of 2 TCs. It is what it is. And now, but luckily, and this is what I want to highlight. We just lost to a Conk 2. We didn't lose to a trash can. We lost to a Conk 2. And that I am okay with. Because I felt like I held out for quite a while. I want to see. Come on. Refresh. Quick. I want to see what my eco was like. But it's fine. Next one. We're not accidentally gonna have 3 TC. I'm gonna pull my villagers off of stone earlier. Like we're supposed to. And hopefully, that means we can actually do a little bit better. Come on, refresh, god damn it. One of the biggest learning from macro, you need a lot more wood than you think earlier. And yeah, definitely. Definitely. I don't know how many TCs this man was on. Oh my god. Maybe I just lost a lot of villagers to the raids? No, he definitely followed up with his own second TC. And with Song Dynasty, yeah. I was gonna say, it's probably the Song Dynasty that snowballs with that. Is there not a winning strat in the Black Boom? Not when you accidentally overmine. Sorry about the spoon noises, guys. I'll mute it in a second. I actually didn't think I would enjoy chicken and vegetables so much. That was really delicious. Do I like FFA Nomad? No! FFA Nomad is the bane of my existence. It is one of those strategies that, one of those formats that just, it doesn't appeal to me. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I think my red flag might be the amount of snacks I eat. Ooh, Marco Tambi and I have had a lot of games. A lot of games. Marco Tambi, Conk 2 right now. Look at this Chad. I don't think I've ever played against him as a Conk 2 player. But I do think that he has beaten me more than enough. But we are just getting Conk 2 players left, right, and center. I'm kind of happy with that. Oh, very nice. I'll take that. Very good. Oh, he's cheesing me. Oh, no, he's cheesing me. Oh, what is he cheesing me with today? Marco Tambi, what are you offering me today? What flavor of cheese? Because he's making pasta. Thank you, Iron. So this man is cooking pasta from what I can see on his message. And we'll see what that type of cheese is he's serving it with. Let's go check out around that TC. Samurai Rush? God, I hope not. Oh, probably, yeah. Probably. Okay, there's nothing happening right now. Just fine then. Okay, next. I just don't think I should be going to TC against this. Oof. That might be the death of me. We'll go for a solid 1 TC play. And I'm gonna rally one more into gold. Let's go get ourselves an abbey. Oh, there's one more sheep. I was a little worried there for a second that I ran out of sheep. Okay. The rest of us onto wood here, please. Actually, let's see how much wood there is left. I just need to make sure I don't die. Boulders in the front? Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we did not strike too lucky with that one, eh? It might be a little bit more difficult. But the wood line is pretty nice for me, I think. Let's go see what he's cooking. You boys. Almost gonna have enough for wheelbarrow. I'm gonna rally the rest of these onto food. And we should probably go check what he's doing, because I need to know before I overcommit to one thing and then get completely bombarded with 6 million samurais. Where are we going, Marco Tambi? Are we going for a fast castle? Yes, maybe. Yeah, we're going for a fast castle, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's go. Mr. King. Go and attack. Alright, that's good. We can live this way. Perfect. Wheelbarrow is finally in. You boys, give me this one too. Okay, he's already pulling back, he knows. Okay. Yeah, his scout just saw me. Okay, so I'm trying to match his fast age up, which honestly might not be the best idea. So we went back up. The age up feels pretty slow. Okay, really back. This feels very urgent, but I know it's not. It's just normal timings. I need to see what he's edging up with. It has to be. No, 2 TCS English, what can I say? This is the standard game. It is the standard one. Heal up, my boy. And let's see what he's doing. Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood. What, sir?
Okay, rest of us on gold here. Now, this again could be risky.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Off each gap. Each timber chaos. Yes, sir. West the
Let's do this actually.
Obeisance is on it and through.
Yeah. Hoorah.
Messias is ich gar so ahead. Dein Hestes. Ich read up.
And you want it. Estes comandai. Estes comandai.
Okay.
Each week. What need a spay on dog? First he said, I can't do that.
Dein Hestes. Yay, ich hab got.
What needeth be undone?
Hearken at Valor. Out you with him. Host it done.
Who's it to serve? Read the book.
Inform me hest. Redende so ahead.
Okay. Ooh.
What need a spay on done some work.
An are to hear it. Let's go.
And you.
Apple, call it straight then. Benita, out reader. Thou apple cookers.
Redende so ahead. Scout hell then it. Redende.
See the Hestes. What needeth be undone?
Benita, sound the guns. Out reader. Thou apple cookers.
Hey, see they defend under every chan. Stir under every chan.
Who's it to serve? An are to hear it. Spilla dura. Rekende him. Niemand too much at once. All for Arneth, Mr. Appelkritas.
Yari hearken stareth. We haven't steadies beyond that.
Kritas. Dute is none burdel.
All there. You chief. There. Another house. Do I have wheelbarrow? I do.
Who's it to serve?
See they to work.
Work that.
Appelkritas.
See the hestes. With the schulichka.
Dein Hestes? Ich read Kritas. Keepeth good fettle, Knitas.
See they to work. Bay off yarn to hestes tombfolk. Tombfolk as direth yow new. Build it.
An are to hear redende suahet. Alla Keepeth good fettle, Knitas. Certas. Knitas, standende yard. There, Sweden, Knitas yard.
See the Hestes. Hey, every chan.
Every charm. Here ending.
You. Let's go.
What needeth be undone?
This is not good.
Hearkeneth all. Yeah. Sweet the head.
See the hestes.
Wanting to the What needeth be undone?
Obeisance is ane atu.
Oh my god, where are...
Fuse to server.
Okay.
What need a tombfolk? He'll do that new.
What needeth be undone?
What can he get? Today is none but
I
that.
think I killed a lot. I think I killed a lot.
Yare to done some work.
Apple Knitas. Give us good fat on Knitas.
Frerin, I did mean freres. Where fair.
What needeth be...
See they to work.
Building
I don't
done.
have any more units. Oh god. Oh
Building
shit,
done.
shit.
Hey, every chan. Invented. See they to work at. Equal building that for they.
I don't know how many things I killed. But I don't know if it's enough. We'll see.
What needeth be undone? What needeth work? See ye. So they.
See the Hestes.
Okay. Whew.
Boon to
You
hear.
chief, let's go pick it up. Bring it back.
Build.
Kusse is. Ik heb ik found the fool. Verrend. Tombfolk already ready. This
What wilt thou?
See the Hestes.
Dein Hestes. Certas. Obeisance is on it up to. Watch yonder, hold it up!
What needeth they undo? Surrender to ahead.
Who's it to serve?
Build end they that serve to lead us one.
Build shield! Alpha Canitas! Yeah, you can Canitas! In the shop shall they.
See they to worker. Every charge and tender.
Hey, every chance. Intended.
What needeth they undo?
Arita, post it on.
Nu, Tulkes, set it young.
Hearken it on.
Look at your beard. Before the automation! Let them go!
Every charge and tender. Have that he build.
Get to the red. Agita Yara Harvest! Get to the red. And get to serve!
They up the ark Hestus to folk.
Look at your beard. We have forward box. Are we ready? It is Sita.
Estes for this reader.
Swing around.
This Shula do they know?
Claw. Nu, Tulkes. Set it young.
We are tapping.
Sweet.
Honestly.
What needeth they undoing? Yare to done the worker.
What needeth be undone?
Nu, Tulkes.
Thee, Hester.
Reader.
See they get it to folk. A stirreth yownu. It killed.
Get to the ready. Weapons ready.
What wilt thou?
Holy shit, I didn't see that.
It is Sita for actors.
Yeah, right. Ekel do. Hey, I think they list.
Look at your beard. We have
Give them maybe Hestes.
Where's my two items?
What needeth they up your
Yes.
It is Sita. It's never to hear them. No, today is number done. Peter, stand in there. Look at your beard ready, Freckus.
Honey, yeah.
Shanika, stand. It's never to hear them.
Reader.
Folk are
No Hestes at Reseth yourself.
Yare kill do that new.
Freckers.
We need more stables.
Hestes for Allah here.
Thee, Hester. Virtue guideth me well.
What needeth?
Seek to has Hirende theen Hester. It killed.
What needeth?
What needeth they undone?
See they to work.
Okay.
Yeah, right to done some work.
Hestes for Allah here.
Now, I'll just check what my situation is here at
Give them
Eco.
maybe Hestes. Freckers.
Fuse Tulkas.
See they to I think.
Claude. Afraid of
What needeth be undone?
Freckers. Here are Hestes.
Get it the
Thousand gold.
See the Hestes.
Hestes for Allah here.
Okay.
Claude. Here are Hestes. Hestes for Allah here.
Ich bin gut.
Saddled up on direct. Claude. This is a nickel matter.
What needeth
Then did that read the note. And read it for Hestes.
Oh my god, we need so much food.
Sitta hästes, över det kär. Entende? Eko ame das i
Arita,
bölden.
what needeth work?
Irrendate hästes.
What should we men? Attendeth no, Tulkas.
Ooh.
Building dog.
Kempes. Lufted for Hestes.
Okay, got that one. Remove these archers.
Harkeneth aller.
Building dog. He's no kid good. Ready.
Okay, rest of us on good.
Aggress yourself.
And more spearmen.
Beoth yard to Hestus to low.
Aggress for Hestes. We are going the Tulkas.
Perfect. I don't really know relics. Yeah, I should have done a little bit better on the relics in the relic department.
See all stand dog. One native beyond dog.
Okay, see, we have this. Now with those guys that he stopped producing, I can switch into a few men-at-arms too.
Every char and tendeth. Tun folk already ready.
Toon folk already ready.
What needeth?
Boon to hear.
Instep. Go see they to work. Building done. It looketh good.
Sparrowman.
Yeah, over there. On me way. You'll then do that right to know. Ready to.
Okay, there's 8 minutes left.
The shoe loop.
Stand Sparrowman. No, Tulkas. Avita your heart. Sultas.
Get it to Swington to
Look at you be ready, Frekis. You say it's none more dead. And are to hear it. Ava Kenitas, yeah. Greetings. In the sun. Kenitas. For honor. Kenitas. Crossbow. Thine head in reader port. Kenitas, stand in the heaven. When I'm going to Tolkien. Arthur Kenitas, all is witness. All of Kenitas. Before.
Fine.
Extra ready, crossborders!
What needeth Beoth?
Get to be ready for Hestes.
Dean Hester, my way is clear.
See they to work, Arita, what needeth work?
What needed be on?
Get to be ready for Hestes. Weapons be ready! On fire! It is secret, y'all! We have scattered you! To read it. It's living to hear it! Knitters, stand in the yard! Under to servant! All the knitters, yeah, you die! Number that! We are for
A lot of units.
Get it, way a better do to two folk. See to heaven, see they to bear and every chap.
What shall we
who's it? Arthur Knitters for Arnes, Mr. Arthur Knitters. Knitters, read it! Now, let us read it, Knitters. They are Sweden! They are good vessel, Knitters! Who's it? It comes up. He's on!
Arita,
Over the job. Intended.
Knitters for Arnes, Mr. Arthur Knitters. Knitters, in the south!
He's got a second TC there too. It's not great.
what needeth rending? Arita, what needeth work?
No, Tulkas, second yard.
Just keep making units. Just keep making units as much as I can.
Get to the ready. Weapon be ready! On fire! Redende, suahet. Nimende to
It's a lot of archers and a lot of knights. I think the only thing that handles that well is
It will have you
a
that
few more knights from my side.
Look at you, Adita Yara army. For fire!
Every charge and to dance and
What needed?
Cease to
And they is meant.
Okay. Quickly, boys, just deliver.
Bay off yard to Heston.
Nu, tulke, fall me on the way, Kende. Let him
Arkin at where have on stead as Bay on.
Get to thee ready for Hestus.
Okay. We need knights, horsemen,
Certas!
and obviously probably the king.
Tun folk arnie ready.
Nu, tulke. Andente to servant.
Okay. I think we're ready to take this fight. Let's go.
It is seat. Adita yara. Un for yet to thee rempes. Andente to servant. Look at how thee ready.
If you mind, you guys number 3.
Yet to thee ready.
You guys number 1.
Hestus.
Oh, shit.
Nu, tulkes. Set it ya.
We are parting out with
Bay off yard to Heston. Every charm and 10 dead. Delving to do.
Getting all those villages is actually pretty massive for him.
Yet to thee ready. Let's
go.
We are what? Look at how we thee ready.
Let's go.
What need?
I think they list her.
Nu, tulke. Before me on the way, Tende. I grab her. It is seat the honest with. Spilling through the full. Yet to thee ready. Before me on the way, Tende. Look at how we thee. It's living to us. Can it be sweeter? Can it just stand in there? For wonder breakers. Mit bolden. Can it just? It's living together.
That building will be reparade. Cease to Hestes. Build ending.
And now we just keep pushing.
Bay off yard.
Okay, let's go. Right here.
Get it to Scooter, two folk.
They are Sweden! They are scared!
Bay off yard to Hestes. To hold to
Okay,
the way.
and horsemen. Let's go.
Hestus for the reader.
We don't need this many. The boys are done. Okay, you chief, you're around.
What will now?
Okay. I think I did it. I think I did it.
Hestus has on.
Admina worde fed.
Readers, he said.
Nu, tulkes. We shall lay. Admina worde fed.
Building done. It's looking good.
Cease to Hestes.
Arkin of Mara. Intended new. Also ready for Hestus.
Hestus for mid-May. Breakfast.
Also ready for Hestus.
Wait for your Mika stand in the eye!
Alright, boys.
Cease to Hestus.
Ongen the set. Ongen Jara. Understood.
Okay. Holy shit. I don't think I need more economy, but it is. Feels pretty good to be
What Hestus have they? Hey, every John.
this out in code. Here.
Building that for that.
Hestus, he saddled.
Ongen, Zadita, Addis.
Claw for an end day mid-May.
See, there is no there, every chap. Parking it.
Sanod of that will be on
Get it ready. What one is? Unto Bandit.
Roger, reader is.
Crossbones, get killed!
Oh my god, I think I did it. Holy shit. You boys over here, let's stop making villages. Oh my god, I think I beat Marco. Let's go get the next one here. Okay, let's get all of our units together so that we can actually make a play for this. Okay, no more villages. Now just production buildings. Just need to make sure we kill all the expensive units. Just need to double check if there's nothing going on here at the back. Oh, look at that. Perfect, perfect. Finally, let's do this thing.
Every charm and 10 dead.
No, Tulkes. Second yard.
Let me just double check that I get all my stables up to ground. But we want to make sure that we get his attention that way. These boys, front like that. We are going to need a lot more stables as well. Secure back king as well. And instantly go for farm upgrade. Don't have enough gold for this. But I think we're gonna go for the men-at-arm upgrade. Let's see. I only have 8 men-at-arms. Let's get horsemen. Usually. Oh, hello, boys. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Don't word it or no, dan Afrikaans accent is. Ja, net so nou en dan, Marke. Net so nou en dan. Oh. I can't believe it. I think Marco is probably had like an 80% win rate against me. But again, against Kong 2, what can I say? It's very nice. It's very nice. I can't believe. This was a destruction. Destruction, yes. Okay. Whew. It's quite a lot. Second. I can't believe it. Right? Marco, what the hell happened there? Aren't you... Have you ever lost a game to me, or was that the first time? What was the situation there, good sir? What happened? First one. Damn. Yeah, I know we have a history, and our history hasn't been very positive for me at all. Maybe I just needed to change some things in my life, and now I'm able to get Conk 2. Maybe. I say this, and then I jinx it, and then we go back down. All the way to the ground, yeah. That is disgusting there. Very disgusting. We are making a slight increase in presence on the map, yeah. You couldn't do damage? I honestly think you could. You were not constantly raiding. For one or another reason, there was a time where you could have killed like 10 villagers and they had nowhere to go. And you attacked a lumber camp instead. I honestly think you could have clapped my cheeks. No, there's definitely... It was your game to win. It was not... It was not one I was supposed to win. Okay, let's see what this guy is. Called 1. Oh shit. It's fine. Let's just go around like this. Okay. Now his scout is going that way. And the rest of mine. He might be picking up my sheep here, but it is what it is. Okay. So when we're playing against Rus, we're playing against a solid Conk 1 player. Rus loves the late game, and I definitely do not. So let's think about this one. If I go for a second TC, the Rus pressure is definitely going to be a little bit too much for me to handle. IMO. Okay, let's go for a second TC, because that's the whole point of our build. We want to use this. The problem is just the second TC spot isn't that great. I think against Rus this is a pretty risky move, but it's fine. We want to try 2 TC and see how it goes on everything. So I'd probably get my second TC over here. Meaning that even when the Rus raids come, they're going to be very, very limited. I need you guys to be. What is my favorite civ to play versus? Honestly, I think most of the civilizations I play against, I'm panicking all the time. I'm like, oh, not this civilization, and insert every civilization in the game here. So, I don't think I have a favorite to play against, but in theory, it should be English. I love a good English versus English mirror, because I think I'm pretty good at them. So, let's go. Now I'm only aging up with 2 here, because I actually don't think I'm going to benefit from aging up with any more, especially against Rus. You don't necessarily get any work done against Rus, even with a king. So with that, have you ever played the campaign? I actually have played a little bit, but not that much. It's I have played a little bit, so we'll stick to a little bit there. But not the full campaign, no. I know the campaign is apparently a masterpiece, but I'm more of a 1v1 player. That's the sad part, right? I think most people are casual, and I'm too, especially if you think about the rating I'm at. Ooh, sorry about that. But in my heart, I only do 1v1s and some team games with friends, usually off of stream. Because my friends are very vocal. And they make lots of noises when they lose stuff, so I sometimes need to keep them in check. And that means not putting them on my stream. Not with me, Bella, you can check my games. Played like 5, but yes, I do play them every now and again. But we should definitely fix that. He's aging up with 4, which is pretty standard here. Nothing to be worried about. Okay, now with our 2 age up, it is a little slow, but not... Yeah, it feels like I'm supposed to do something, but I don't really know what you can do against Rus, because you can't get under the TC. There's not much you can do to contest any of that. Let's go see if he's going for any specific plays. Boys, let's go here. Get them in position. Brothers. Ooh, he's also going for a second TC. Honestly? The rest of us will be rallied over here, boys. Let's go. So him going for a second TC is not something I thought I would see. Not in any matchup recently. I wanted to go for a second or for a third TC, but I know it's a bad idea. Let's go fast castle out of this. I'm gonna night raid him a little bit. I mean, I don't mind this at all. I actually prefer it. Because it means I'm just gonna make my farms here.
Yes, understood. Need your work.
Oh, rest of us over here. Okay, let's go forward and do some damage. You, Chief, come deliver. And when these guys have dropped off a few... Okay. Let's go get that second TC on top of him.
What's our faith, eh? Yaru to work. Yes, sir. West.
Alright. Slowly but surely, we will outdo this one. And I can just start adding in some knights. Make his life a little bit more difficult than it needs to be. What I know is happening, that second TC is most likely all the way out on the map. Okay. Let's just be inside of him. And we're gonna go get our second thing over here. Rest of us rallied onto wood, please. Most likely on his deer pack, so I should do something about that. Ooh, he touched that bolt. Just a little bit of idle time, baby. It's not on the board. Is that second?
An army to each gas so ahead.
Okay.
What's the here windy off?
Hestes Commende.
Let's go. And now,
Hestes Commende.
my boys, quickly deliver.
Yes, sir. West to
We are gonna make sure that this side is super secured.
Each live to hear it. Niemand too much arwas. Sertas. And then to serve.
Yes, and you say, what's the fifth, eh? And you were? Yeah, here's a wheeler.
Okay. And definitely need a lot more wood.
Fuse to serve.
Okay. Back. Let's go. So with him going for night, delays his age up significantly. And I am in a pretty good spot now.
Hestes Commende.
Okay, there we go. Let's put you guys all together and just make nights.
What's the fifth, eh?
Nighty night. We're going to be able to produce 2 nights at the same time. We're going to rally them straight into the second TC. And then the games begin.
Yes, sir.
Obeisance is army approved.
Hestes Commende.
Like Hestes redende sweat. And then to
3, 2.
An army to Alismith. Fuse to Sertas. Nine Hestes, each gas so ahead. Ik read the four.
Okay. And boys, let's quickly get the
Obeisance is army
all the guys there. Boys, we have the double broad axe we need to get coming in.
Today is none but that. An are to hear it. Yea, ye come gun.
Yare to Don
Obeisance.
What needeth they on
All the Knitas ya for honor, Mr. Arthur Knitas.
One of those. Quick.
Hearkeneth Aller.
Knitas, stand up. Trina, thou Arthur Tulkas. Let us read it, Knitas. Another son. Thine Hestes. All the Knitas. You take it, no Obeisance. Yea, ye come yonder. Attention to servant.
Let's go this way.
What needeth worker?
Arthur Knitas Yada. Fuse to servant. Knitas, all the Schwitzer. Thine Hestes. All the Knitas Yada. Fuse to servant. Knitas, stand in the yard. For all
Okay, let's go.
What needeth be on it?
It is Sita for act. We shall lay the fool to hear.
What needeth they undone? Arita. Yea, sewer they hetten.
Knitas, out reader, thou Apple Tulkas. All the Knitas yard. No, Tulkas. Each Tulkas. Knitas, stand in the yard. Knitas, in the shot.
Okay. Woo.
What needeth be on
Slowly but surely, this will snowball.
All the Knitas yard. Spiller through the foam.
Good swinker.
See they to work.
Yare to dance.
What needeth they see they to work?
See the Hester and do every child.
What needeth?
What needeth be on the end of and Fernandez.
Apple Knitas, weapons ready. Ovation, all the Twitter. You command me Hestes. Thine Hestes. It's a Hestes. Adita Yara Armor. Hot Paras.
Okay.
Builded thing.
An honor to hear it. Knitas, stand in the yard.
Redirect.
shit. And maybe that was a little bit greedy. It's fine. Let's quickly.
Look at be here for guarde breakers. Get the ready for Hester.
See they to I think they listen. Hearken upon native beyond then they that great
It is Sita who readeth new.
Our Roger. Each followay Hesters.
Look at be ready, friend.
Hesters for this reap.
Okay.
Ich clean, Hester.
Their way is
That one
clear.
first. This one first, I guess.
Thine, Hester.
they may.
Reader is set already.
Ooh, okay, there we go.
You go have that he building and
Get the ready for Hester. You die is none.
hey, every
Where's my wolf? Okay.
New Tulkas.
Let's put all of our boys here so they can all heal up. You guys.
hearken at all.
Look at be ready. Direct yo. We are scared.
And now we're gonna get that upgrade. We're gonna heal everything up. Very, very nice. You, Chief. Let's go here.
It is Sita for actors.
And I think now we just keep making horses because we have the resources to sustain this quite well.
Every time I think they listen. Build end day that Rita knew. Rita.
Get the ready for Hester.
Saddled up here at Hesters.
It is Sita for actors.
Ooh, that's not good.
We are scared.
What needed is I'm on the way. You can build that for that.
What will he share?
Hesters for Allah.
Bovine Hester. Hallelujah. Liters.
Needed beyond dawn. Then they that read
This is under this reap.
Boon to him.
What needeth they also.
And I could potentially just wall this off so that he doesn't have a good time raiding around.
Yeah, right,
Chiefs.
done some work.
Let's do this as well.
Eagle have that he building it on.
What will
Get it to Whamenqt to
Look at be ready.
Let's go. I think with all of these guys we can potentially do something. The thing is, he does have those special horse upgrades that is going to be a little bit harder for me to handle.
New Tulkas.
I actually don't know who wins this fight. Looks like he does. Oh my god. That's not good. Ooh, that's not good at all.
the Hesters.
I thought I was going to have a significant advantage over that.
To work. See the
Boys.
Hesters. You'll build that for that. Tune folk already ready. Hearken at all.
No Hesters in on, Tulkas.
Mean a word.
Help me! Be a guard to Hesters, tune folk.
Boys, let's go stand here to fight.
Ready for Hesters.
See they berende to a hat. Build end
Look
day.
at be ready.
I want them to run, or try to run through me, so that I can have that advantage, but... Ish.
It is Sita for
Okay.
actors. It is Sita for actors.
Yarrated seeth to have. See they the fair and oot and every chan. Ich he'll build it.
Get ready for Hesters.
Hearken at the
This is quite a tough spot, because I have no idea what to do from here.
What needeth work.
He's actually going to have a lot better knights than I will.
New Tulkas.
So,
Set it, yeah.
potentially I should just keep on raiding.
Every
Look at you
chan
guys.
can
Look at be the fourth guarde breakers. Obesia. It's living to hear.
Hearken at Valor. Ich will have that
Okay, now. I mean, I'm on defensive point here. This could be beneficial for me. I think he actually beats me in this. Oh my god. That's surprising. I honestly thought I was gonna have it. Wow. The day I learned. That was not just a... That was not too great. Interesting. I'm trying to... Of course he had the... What are those things called? The... I can't remember the upgrade's name, but the thing that makes the roast horses a bit better. Rewatch? Nah. You know, there's a lot of stuff that you can learn from your games when you rewatch them, but you can also just use your logic. That boy has fortitude. Longbow plus knights, maybe? Maybe. I feel like with the amount of horses I had, I could have taken that fight, but I think it was because he also had the warrior monks in between. Do I play A2 as well? No. I do a little bit, or I did a little bit, but not actively, not on purpose, not willingly, you know? Okay, so let's quickly see. I wanted to get a Mongol game quickly. Is there anyone in chat who's like Diamond 1, Diamond 2 level who plays Mongols? Who I can quickly do a game against? I just want to show people how to defend against the early Mongol push. Is there anyone in the chat who can, wants to, willing? I realize that is a very limited ranked range. Okay, nobody. Oh my god, guys. What are you all Conk 3? What's going on here? Okay. I knew this was a long shot, especially this time of day. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go try and find a person. Diamond 2 but never play Mongol? Do you play Japan? Do you play any aggressive civilizations? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, but Japan might be a little bit different. Diamond, yeah. Diamond 1, shut up. You're on Rank Crusader? Oh my gosh. Damn, Suris, congratulations. Okay, I'm actually looking specifically for Mongols. Or Ottomans could work too. I'm thinking Japan might be a little bit wild. I want to play a Malian game against it. I guess with Japan we could make it work. Do you think we should make it work? And try to see if it works? If we can do it? Miguel Fernandez. Are you up for a game? Japan against Mongols or Malians? Okay. Let's do it. I am gonna... iron next time. If it depends how long you're gonna be around. We might do it right after if you want. Go. I'm making the search thing open. I just only for Miguel. No, you're not Miguel. Oh my god. No, I want Miguel and Miguel only. Okay, let me know when to open the game. Get out of my game, nerd. I may have messed up making this public. This guy really wants to play. Let's see who's left me on red. Sort of. Who have I left on red? All of these people. Rest in peace. Okay. Maybe it's Mika. Maybe it is Mika. Yay. Wait for him. So I wanted to check how to defend an early rush as Malians. But you can do it with any civ. Server? I don't think that matters, does it? I'm in West Europe. Do you want me to switch to something else? Just give me your IGN so I can add you. That might be a little bit easier. Okay. What I want you to do is be aggressive early. I'm not gonna play like I know you're being aggressive. I'm just going to scout, see that you're aggressive, and then see if I can stop that. If you play Ottomans as well, that's nice. Any civilization that can be aggressive early game. Okay. Cool. You ready to roll? Let me see, is that...
Are you ready to battle?
Yes. I'm just gonna say yes. Alright. Okay, so the whole point is to see if I can actually stop this man from destroying me with Malians. Because I don't know if I can. I don't know if I have the ability to, yeah. And luckily for me, I spawned with a very, very nice goal to the back. Okay, let's go and scout, y'all. So we now need to see, because we're playing against Japan, exactly what they are doing and if we are going to have early game shenanigans. Which, yes, we do, because we've asked the person to do so. Right. Okay, so what's about to happen is I'm about to run by his base. I see that he has a barracks. Ooh. Shift button didn't hold there. Ooh, this is not a good scout at all. Okay, so now I see that he doesn't have something. So I see that he's not on gold yet. And that's how you can usually interpret that you are being shenaniganed. Okay. I see the barracks. And now with the barracks, we can now start to decide what we want to do. So with Malians, there's two choices here. So I can either go for my own barracks, or I can just go and age up. Because by the time he arrives, but I actually want to try out making my own stuff. Oh. Okay, cool. That's good. Let me get the next one in here. Oh shit, that is really fast. You should make a tower. Yeah, all the boys are doing towers, you're right. Need to go see when he's gonna stop his shenanigans. And
Kila punta msesila ai. Tululo. Mses
Apparaît. Mbetagala. Nsiake.
oh shit.
kapare.
Yeah, we ran out of
Kapaga.
a little bit of a wood situation here.
Minto.
Let's go,
Kataga.
boys. Rest of us over here. Ooh.
Jan. Uborila.
This is unfortunate.
Ilalu. Naga.
Tululo. Lonya.
Mpareta.
Okay.
Lonya.
Go see when he... what the situation is with him pulling off.
Pareketa. Abegeri. Ilalu. Su ai. Demaro. Totagama.
Minto, Ilalu, Katawanyala, Yedaru,
Ilalu. Jan. Ai.
Okay, now we go and be aggressive back.
Akono, Kapare,
Kila mbetagala. Duna. Na. Soto. Dedata. Mu. Kasagasila. Dansai. Sonda. Tagamasila. Ilalu. Jan.
Okay,
Mse akenu.
so let's see if we can get another area to hold on to.
Viladualu. Alu.
Kabulolo, Ngatakapanda, Daru,
Dedaro.
Kilalu. Na. Sonda. Tululo. Tagama. Sila. Iyo. Lonya.
Deliver. Let's go see.
Minto. Luro.
Uborila. Kila. Daga.
Okay, these boys are probably gonna need to pull back now, as we are gonna be flying blind.
Ai, Msonta, Msetau Ilalu, Mbetaka, Katawanyala, Msonta, Mbareta,
Okay,
Jan. Pareketa.
and now we have more than enough of that to actually do something about this. Let's see. And wheelbarrow.
Alokuta.
Rest of us over here.
Io, Eresita,
Iyo.
Ilalu Benari, Ilalu,
Ilalu benari. Viladualu. Io. Sogoma.
Kaide. Lonya. Jan.
Let's just keep pushing. Rose Egypt was late. Yeah, I think he... Ooh, hello boys.
Ila soron. Mse
Ilalu benari.
Okay, he's getting a little bit of everything. Let me get these. I'm gonna keep getting sofas. You guys give me an archery range too. Okay. So he didn't notice this just yet, which means that we can still be a little bit spicy and get our upgrades all we need. Okay. Where's my berries?
Alu Ia, Para, Vilazualu, Bareta, Aniki, Narula, Alu Ia, Katara, Yogola, Alila, Yapasila,
Alu otulolulo.
Okay. Ooh, that's a lot of units. Okay, I'm gonna get this one
Alu Ilame, Kabul,
and use this to be aggressive, you boys.
Alu otulolulo. Beja. Mbetagala baba.
Kakimata. Aruoko. Deda danso.
Ilalu. Sai.
rest of them on wood. I want to see if there's any place I can actually hit him. You guys here.
La Zai. Mbepai kaka. Iyo, pare betaraka.
Perfect.
Galati go ibare. Mbeja. Ali lame kelu. Nsake.
Mparlonya ito takama. Ibe munku nkake iyo.
Nala.
Subori mseto.
La betaraka.
Benya kokola.
Iyo, pare ke.
Subori irimbori.
Kakido ba.
Bojela.
And this one here. Just gonna quickly switch this thing over to stone.
Pare taka. Na mba borika. Iyo.
Subori iyo kai.
Okay.
Kapare msentaria.
Iyo, mzake. Ila ya ma. Atala denta. Ilaru benari. Beke so digi ya. Alu pare ta.
Ikankere. Ibe mu. Yere tiru para setu kilale kilale. Ina kilale pa.
Beja. Avec kiri.
Agaleto.
Vai pelo farma.
Mpare mbeta kala tani. Bima foto. Bone.
Atoventa. Ngawa.
Perfect. This guy can get that upgrade, and you switch back to gold.
Avec kiri. Ya tosila.
Okay, perfect. And with the cows, you're just so far ahead economically.
Alu otulo.
Ibe munku.
Atoventa. Katara.
I think with the eco I have, I should be able to just run right for him.
Kapare bahama.
Alu ya lodi. Inyano be muma. Ngaje. Iyo.
Oh, I have too many villagers on food on wood, and I should definitely try and use a little bit of the other sources as well.
Alu ilame. Ngawa.
I see his composition change is significant. Let's go get the horses, be a little bit more spicy. Raid around. Let's get these guys. Ooh. Okay, just the guys. Perfect. Now with all of these guys, they're doing great, but I have a little bit too much wood, so just keep making cows. And possibly build another one of these too, so it goes a little faster. But I just need to always be producing. And for a second there, I also stopped, which is not good. Okay. Just gonna send this one back home.
Mbeja. Nimelula.
That's a lot of horses. So that's a pretty significant composition change, and he should be able to kill me if I don't build units that actually handle his better. Okay. Right. And keep making units. Should possibly think about adding more production buildings here too, because these guys are going to be a significant annoyance. Okay. Okay, so basically, he's switched to horsemen. Smack. Yeah. So fast. Let's do this again. Let's actually do this with the scouts. We're gonna get ourselves ready for the next part of this game too, and keep making units. Perfect. Gonna keep on all of these boys together. And keep getting the safaris now. How's it looking? Pretty good. So with the amount of units I have, I think I'll be alright, even if he does decide to aggress on me pretty soon. It's idle. Just see where to give them work. I shouldn't have let that guy go down. It's a very expensive unit to just lose. Now, what I'm thinking is, with all those guys there, and with my passive resources, I'm definitely in a much better position than he is regarding the amount of military I have. Back. Don't need to lose it all on a... Back. Don't want to engage just yet. Let's push. Now we should be able to chase them down this way. And there's a lot of units, but I think I have a bit more. I'll check this one. Okay. And we have way too little on food. I think the army is just too different. Oh, that's a significant difference in military. Oh my goodness. Damn, that is wild. Malians is pretty busted. Oh my goodness. You just need to constantly make units. Now that I've watched a guide, no walls? Nah, just a little wall. Now that I've watched a guide, or made a guide, I feel like, oh, I can maybe keep doing this. He's not on those deer. I'm actually surprised he didn't go for the external deer. Right, let's quickly get our horses together. He's also looking for an engagement now. You can even dive the TC, that's pretty wild. Yeah, the crazy part is just being able to stand under the TC and keep attacking. Oof. Okay, I should probably keep making villagers. I definitely got rid of my food a little bit early. I have no idea why all my villagers left this department. Eesh. Okay. I didn't transition very well out of my food situation, you boys. It's crazy with the javelin throwers, you can just keep diving. But he is pulling back to try and take one good fight. Yeah. Definitely. Oh shit. She's really holding on. He's gotta hold on. What he's got. Bam. Now, this is an interesting part for you. You're gonna lose your whole army, right? But the eco damage you've done is significant enough for you to just use this. Let's go and use it. So it's very important for me to keep getting food, and I can see my situation here with the farms. Should have done that a little bit better. Also don't think I should be farming per se. These guys, gonna pull them back for a moment because you should most likely not invest as aggressively on the outskirts, and also not move your army out the whole time. Okay. That was pretty wild though.
Running into gold mines and get tiny enemy modes down. Yeah, I think.
No. I definitely should have rammed elsewhere. Definitely. I'm not saying that part was played well. I'm just trying to think about the trade of the units. So basically it ran under his TC to do stuff. But what I wanted to check is how those the javelins can survive. The thing is, this was very aggressive by him. I don't know if I don't make units in feudal, if it's gonna have the same effect. Are you willing to do one more? Just this time, give me something, I will go scout and figure out what it is. Because I'm pretty bad with Malians, and that's why I really want to check how things are going. Yeah. And you're like solid diamond 2. That's about my rank with Malians. Maybe diamond 3. I don't think I'm gonna get conked with Malians anytime soon. Not in this lifetime. What do you need? Japan is fine. Whatever civilization you want. I would ideally prefer you taking something very aggressive, not a boom civilization, if you can. Because I have a work meeting in 30 minutes. Okay. While you decide, I'll be right back. I'll do Japan again? Okay. Did you get the invite? Otherwise, I'm just making it public now. Oh. Alright, let's roll. Ooh, dry Arabia, brother. The driest of all the Arabias. That's okay. We'll survive. I really appreciate you being this aggressive. Really, really helpful. Especially when I don't really know what I'm doing on Malians, and this is the kind of thing that usually gets me. Okay. Let's see. This time my gold is a little bit more to the side. So this makes it a little bit more difficult to actually be a greedy goose. You can't just decide, ooh, we are now going to be fine responding. With my gold this far out, I don't actually think I can contest this in feudal. Or in feudal, I might need to go for a Dark Age aggression anyway. What's a different one? I need to be a little bit better with my scouting here. Okay, so I see the barracks. See what he's doing. And there's two choices now. I can either just go to feudal, but if I do, I'm gonna risk losing the whole game. And we'll see how aggressive he's going to be. Let's see. I need to get things as soon as possible. All notifications. Okay. Try to match this army, but don't make ramps. Okay. We'll do. We'll do. The difference now is going to be the food. I'm going to run out of food pretty quickly. You go back. We don't see another spearman, so I'm gonna stop right now. Okay. Now the rest of you, just live your best life. And I honestly would like to push out and go contest whatever he's doing next. Okay. Thing is, he's probably gonna... Ooh, I know what he's doing. So from here on, this choice he has to make, right? He has to decide, okay, how am I gonna keep this pressure up? So he could just go for a fast castle. So let's go and prepare for the fast castle from him. Okay. I would actually love for you boys to... Yeah. Let's go check what he's doing. Perfect. Now we are just gonna keep building. Let's go see what he's doing. We're going for stone. Ooh, he is going to be a little bit more aggressive. Ooh, going for the archery range. Interesting. Yeah, boys, let's go. So with him going for archers, that means... Oh, means it does get pretty tricky pretty quickly. We just need to make sure we have the right amount of units to handle that. Yep. So archers are going to mean that I need to destroy him pretty quickly. Let's go. We do have that upgrade. We can get the deer upgrade too. And I think the rest of us will be over here. Oh my god, I didn't even realize there's a double deer spawn here. That feels very worthy of investment. Okay, just of us over here. This. Oh my god, disgusting. Disgusting. Okay. Another one of these. And we need to go check what he's doing. Come on, boys. All we need to know is what is he investing in? And what he's investing in is stuff I'm gonna need to. And now it feels like we're supposed to keep contesting this. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more sneaky about getting a little bit more gold. See, with 1 cow, it's not the optimal amount. I'm gonna make a few archers because that's all I can afford right now.
Io, Sokoma. Io, Minebula, Kasuma.
Militia.
Baro.
Boys,
Let's
go.
Kapare Barama. Ila Lumumunuti.
I just need to make as many units as possible now.
Ila Julusota. Barabe Konodi. Tetagala Barakula.
Lonya Jan.
Bare Takatara.
We've got 1 more cow in, and need a few of these boys as well. I think they're gonna. No. You guys are gonna be more important than the others. Go see what he's doing. He's too quiet.
Io, Sokoma. Ibe Munku. Mbe Yula. Kapare Barama. Alu Takamo Warato. Ibareta Yelubila Mutalela.
Okay, and 1 soap on the mix. I don't know. It feels like all of a sudden Malians is just really good against this. The thing is, I don't want to make that assumption because of 1 game, 1 guy. Because it felt like that one as well. He made all the units he could, and again, the Malian's eco just outperformed it completely. This feels really, really strong. Okay, let's go. And now I just have basically a Zerg civilization. I can keep chasing down and destroy anything that dares cross my path. Okay. I don't know, this feels a little bit too strong. But it might just be because it's him. Okay, which have you not played? Ottomans mostly. I do play Ottomans, but not willingly. Okay, yeah, I don't know, it feels too good. But yeah, I'll definitely watch the Vortex guide. That would be very nice to see how he does it. And again, it doesn't matter what he does, it just feels like it's too good. The thing is, I'm pushing out now, and if I push out like this, I could lose in a matter of seconds. So I need to be a little bit more careful. It's a lot of units. I may be paying a very big price, you know? Shit. Yeah. See, this is risky because in a situation like this, you can very easily lose your whole army. But that's what I wanted to see. I want to see what Malians can and cannot do. You want to do as much damage as you can when you know your army is cooked anyway. Let's get all of these villagers down. Spearmen. Okay. So now I sacrificed a bit too much. But we're gonna keep rebuilding our army and our base and see how it goes. Completely forgot to get military upgrades too. Not so good, yeah. Not so good. Okay, let's see what the cow situation is looking like. Noise. Okay, and just keep making units. Okay. Could we, yeah? Yes. Okay, very good. Okay. So fast. Let's do that again. Oh. We probably need to make sure those things also happen. That's a lot of horses. Come on, we're just gonna run around, keep him busy. Okay, he's out here on the deer. Oh, I know his units are gonna be waiting there for me. Is this alright? Okay, units are not waiting, which means we are about to get a very big delivery in our base. Okay. Let's quickly get these guys quickly bound together. You boys, a few more cows. Ooh, that feels tricky. So basically what I want to do is I want to make sure that my Donzos are the front line and they can support me. Back. So one front line and a lot of support lines. Okay. I think we can do that again. Oh, that villager didn't make it, but it's okay. She had a good life. Let's quickly do this one first. And this. Okay. So we want to keybind. Javelin throws, number 1. Perfect. You just shift click the boys and then it's all good to go. And I don't think it's possible to outproduce Malians. Let's go and get wood, I guess. And we can stop producing these guys. Yeah, I think this is too much. It looks like the Malian economy is just too strong if you get your cows up and running for something like Japan. Okay. Chief, is this wall up for me? Let's push. And I mean, I can just keep making units now, you boys. Let's get ready for our farming situations. And every time as we can afford it, we just add more farms. I have 10 minutes before my work meeting starts. So... I can just stay in feudal and keep doing this. That's the crazy part about all of this. I'm just living my best life in feudal. He's over here too. I'm gonna get my stable running over there. Let's see what the cow situation is. I see this one left over. 2 left over. Wow. Oh, we can eat this one. Oh my god. Nice. Except for you, let's go and destroy this. And again, me moving this far forward could cost me the whole game. And I think, yeah, so I think it's easy to overcommit with Malians. You just need to know when to pull back every time. Okay, I need to get into units now. And just like that, I threw away my whole army while aging up, which is literally the #1 rule we always tell people to follow. Don't do that. Okay. And now with the boys. Actually, let's get archers, and I can stop having as many of the other boys. Okay. Just keep making units, and then don't die. Easy, right? All of a sudden, I'm in actual need of wood instead of the huge. We make pit mine? Yeah, I think I did. Okay. Okay. Alright, I feel like we could potentially just start ramping up. Boys, let's undo one of these, get some relics. Ah, I don't have time to do a full game. So I need to go and kill him now. Okay. gonna make one of these bad boys. I have 7 minutes before my work meeting is in session. Okay, let's stop moving out. Okay, he's gonna be out here for food. Okay, now that he's aged up, let's go straight for him. I don't need to run into his TC yet again, but I have to go. Yeah, that's Malians. Oh my god. That's disgusting. What the hell? I was like, oh, I'm probably gonna lose this because I'm running into his TC, but look at that. That's insane. That's not okay. Oh, no wonder people are struggling against this Civ. My goodness. That's crazy. That is absolutely broken. I mean, he had... I think the biggest difference that I've had between this game and my other games, because I usually throw away a little bit of my advantage. I'm not really good at keeping my units in my base and not throwing the game. But what was different here is the fact that I threw the game several times by losing my whole army, and I could still remake and then go kill. So this is a pretty good civilization. I think I might be in love. I think I might be in love. So I'll go watch the Vortex guide soon. Thank you very, very much for helping me with these games and helping me understand. I need to go do my day job and pretend that I'm very professional and I don't just play video games off of outside of work hours, because you guys know that's how we roll. Your cows are never idle. Exactly, because we put them inside the camps, and in that case, they cannot be idle. Love that for them. Okay, but anyway, let me just quickly see where to raid, and I check. You can see demos online. So, ladies and gentlemen, go have fun over there on demo stream. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow morning, and then I'm going away. Then I'm going to visit Bella. So, guys, have fun. Thank you for joining, and see you guys next time.